Welcome to the Opie and whoever I'm doing the show with today show. What happened with Anthony this time? I still don't know what's going on. I don't really understand.
He was in a tournament. He's possibly going to be in the. He's trying to get into the World Series of Poker.
Yeah,
I think.
The first I heard of this was like kind of on Friday after the show. I'm going down to Atlantic City to play poker, and then as it developed over the weekend, it was to get into the World Series of Poker or something like that.
Yeah, he won something a couple of weeks ago that qualified him for this one, and if he wins this one, he gets a seat at the World Series of Poker.
Right.
And as of 9:25 last night, he was still in the match and or in the tournament, whatever it is, and he had knocked off or been part of knocking off several hundred people, I guess.
Really?
And he said it was him and a few pros left.
And that was it?
Yeah.
And if he won that table, what happens?
If he wins this event, he goes to the World Series. I think he's down to probably just a few tables left.
Is he still playing?
Haven't heard since then, but I'll see if...
All I know is around 8:30 we were scrambling to figure out who we're doing the show with today. Yep. And we got the awesome Patrice O'Neal in studio today. What's up, Patrice?
That was a good build-up.
Nah, just you guys tell the people what happened, that's all.
Lied to him.
Oh, we were scrambling.
He got shot in the leg. Now
Dude, we were scrambling, and but you were the first choice, but you weren't picking up.
He's spending the money he's supposed to be earning today. That damn idiot. World Series of Poker. That tells you where his head is. He's like, World Series of Poker. Dude, you got to understand. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm just enjoying the ride.
It's the Opie and Gambly show. You problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony, what's your problems? Gambling. If he doesn't think he has a gambling problem, he's just. It's just sometimes you gotta let somebody just do what they do, man. I got to do what I do.
Well, this isn't really gambling. This is poker.
Well, it's gambling.
Well, he would say it's not really gambling. It's poker.
It costing him money, and he gets to lose. Let me tell you how shaky of a gambler I am.
Yeah.
I have. I bought my phone, and it has already installed Texas Hold'em.
Oh, that's not good.
And I'm very careful with my fake phone money.
Yeah.
My fake BlackBerry phone. It's like, and Texas Hold'em is interesting because you just start off with two cards, and you just. You get some jerk. They have aggressive players, and you just get some guy that just throws in all his money, and it's just like, you have, you got to guess.
Yeah.
It's just such a guess thing, and you go on a thing. I had one that had $1 million, and I just saw it disappear. It was stressing me out. I was down to 400,000, and I desperately wanted to get back up to $1 million. So I just was thinking, all right, I'm up 125,000. You can feel why gambling's not good.
Can't you just reset the phone?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can reset your money, but I started off with $500 and built it up to $1 million, man.
Nice.
Because I had you get two kings, or you get something with two clubs, and I get all that stuff, whatever, straights, and not knowing what's what. But it's just
what's some of those other hands you get?
Straight, full house, and I don't know what's what. I know triples are good.
Wait, you don't even know what's what, and you're playing?
Well, I know it's this.
Yeah.
I know it's a pair.
That's a good start.
And no matter how high, if you got a pair of kings be the pair of queens, whatever. Okay, now.
Thank God you're playing for fake money.
Are more than
a pair,
but it's more than something else.
More than two pairs, too.
More than two
pairs, and triple, and then after that is a full house, and then a straight
with flushes too.
Then a flush is the same, like all five. Clubs. Yeah. And then there's the straight flush, and then there's like a royal flush, which is the biggie.
Isn't a full house, though, higher than a straight? I could be wrong.
A full house is a triple and a pair.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to play for some real money?
But I think, here's my thing, and this is with complete disrespect to poker players.
Yeah.
How awful you are. It's a guesstimate. I don't care about your poker hand, or if you have blind guy eyeglasses or something and you just hide in your face. It's a guess. You're guessing that your hand is better. If I got pair of sevens and I get up 3 triple sevens, I'm guessing you don't have 4. So, like, shut up. It's an easy game if you're lucky.
A lot of the poker players would say
shut up,
completely
poker
wrong,
players.
and there's a lot of strategy involved.
Yeah, whatever.
Patrice.
Convince me.
You know what I did wrong with poker?
Go ahead.
I
Jimmy.
didn't like. I had like a bunch of kings. I had like 4 of them. And it looked redundant. I'm like, this is bad. You can't. There's too many of the same thing.
I need a little variety.
You have to have variety. I wanted a couple of 2s and maybe a 7.
You don't want to wear the same stuff every day. You want a little variety.
It's just, I know I can get past a certain, if I get lucky cards, I know I can get past board 1.
Well, look, the phones are lit already. Let's just acknowledge, because I know why they're calling. Let's just acknowledge that Patrice might not be in the know as far as poker goes.
Opie.
There's a lot of strategy.
Here's what I'm going to do so I don't curse out some degenerates.
Yeah.
Just convince me that it takes strategy to understand whether or not I should go with these 3 sevens. Everybody's going to go and with the 3 sevens or 3 10s. Everybody's going to go.
What if someone has 3 8s?
If they have 3 8s, whatever.
What if there's a pair that's being shown right now? A higher pair than yours, and all you need is that other card in your hand.
Then you pray to God.
All right.
And you hopefully it will come up what you need. And if it don't, you gulp and you try to fake and you bluff, blasey.
And how much are you down right now? With your fake money on your
With my
BlackBerry?
fake money, I got up to $1 million with my fake money. And they start you off with 500. I got up to $1 million with my fake money, and then I went on a complete, and I started losing. Even when I started playing conservative, you still have an ante and an up. So I might have 2 9s showing, and I get in there and I go, okay, and then they bust out the way I have it. I have the computer, not like a jerk dealer who just does what he does. it just goes blap, what lays out what's next. So I'm like, wow, I'm really hoping about for these. And this ex guy just went all in. Oh boy.
So that could be a big bluff, or you might have something really nice.
God, I'm taking a chance. I'm going for it. Or I'm playing conservative, but if I play conservative, I still lost $32,000.
Well, you got to do a little of both. You got to know when to maybe do a little bluffing, depending on what cards are showing.
Which is a better song. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. That's what cards is. Stop with your skill card level.
You know what I did wrong, and I didn't realize this, but I had 2 7s. So I was at a table, and I was like, well, does anybody have another 7? Because I didn't realize.
Because if you don't, then I think I might have a shot at a
we
third
trade?
7
I'll
here.
give you 2 for a 7 if you have it.
Yeah.
That's like somebody that tells you the secret of playing slots.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, pull, watch, curse.
Cross your fingers, you jerk. And if they're so great, why are they losers? Someone's better than... It's just luck.
You walk through a casino and you get that person that's been to a casino a little too many times, and they go, "You got to play the end slot machine. That's the one that gets all the traffic, and they're ready to hit another jackpot."
Stop, goofy guy from North Jersey.
Yeah,
You're not in Ocean's 13.
Right.
You're not Brad Pitt just fixing it and stealing from Al Pacino. You're just an ass.
The best is when card counting became huge for blackjack. Everyone would go to a casino.
That guy from MIT. Was interesting.
I read the book. I saw the movie. There's been a few things on counting, and the casinos allow it because most people don't know what the F they're doing, and they lose more money because they think they know how to count the cards. Because we asked the expert, like, yeah, we allow this to happen because most dummies don't know what they're doing, and they're losing an S load because they're betting a lot more than they would have because they really think they know how to count cards for real.
I always thought if I had a superpower, I would just want X-ray vision to cheat at cards, just to be able to look through a card and go, okay, I know I'm winning. That's it.
Do you know how long into that you'd be annoyed that was the one you chose? It's like you see people, Superman flying by, and you're yelling, "Go fish!" You're like, this stinks. Why did I take this one?
I don't know. The X-ray thing's pretty cool, though.
Oh, X-ray vision is decent, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't get any sleep, especially if you lived in one of these big buildings in Manhattan.
I just don't.
You'd be real tired.
Anthony missed his morning radio show. There's a garbage man depending on him to come and wake him up.
Wow.
And he's gambling his zillions away.
He figures, we got it under control, I guess.
They got it.
Whatever.
Go scramble and call one of those boobs. They'll get in here on
We literally were scrambling. You finally called back at 9 o'clock last night. Something like that. You were the go-to guy, Patrice.
Well, I keep my phone
We went down
off.
the list.
I keep it off. I just had a bad couple of months. If I was deeply religious, I think the devil was chasing me.
What's wrong with you?
Just you know, you feel, you know, you get like
Ups and downs?
up. I'm boy is it downs.
All right, that means, you're ready to go back up. That's how life is.
I'm feeling okay. Yeah, it's just I woke up this morning. Silly string was sprayed all over my rental car.
Why?
Just silly string.
Why?
So you feel just like they single
Wait,
you out.
You got to explain why you have a rental car, though.
Yeah, I got my truck stolen. You knew
Yeah,
that,
I was
though.
there.
The Monday before Thanksgiving, and but it was stolen.
Wait, I thought you meant it was stolen by people that were at your little party. It was stolen for real. I lost you on that story.
No, it was ripped off out in front of my garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the morning, like I woke, it was Tuesday morning. My mother had just come up. I picked it was 2 days after your wedding.
Okay.
2 days. So I'm going from your wedding home. Went to Subway, hired some cleaning service to just clean my house. I let it go, and then I parked at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then the next day, my neighbor, one of my neighbors who's in charge of the condo association, which is just I on my condo association checks, I write something nasty every time on the memo, like for what?
That's brilliant, actually.
For, like why I don't know. I'm writing you a check. You do absolutely nothing.
Jimmy and I have to write those checks too. We live in separate buildings, but very similar situation. And I'm with you. I'm like,
I've
what
drawn
the
middle
F-
fingers. I've drawn
What the F am I getting for this? I got
garbage day. I don't know why I'm paying this
know
money.
what I get for it? Brown water, and they're telling me it's okay to drink.
Dude,
I finally got to a point in my life I shouldn't be drinking brown water
it's
anymore.
a new pimping move, and I'm so not the person I used to be because I have things in my life to lose. Boy, once you got things to lose, you just become a weak person. And what I have to lose is I don't know what really is the consequence if I don't pay him because
you got to pay. Yeah,
I own my house, but what can they do? They do nothing.
They figured out here in New York that if you buy one of these ridiculously overpriced apartments, that you'll never get your money back. Because even if the economy just continues in Manhattan, the real estate market continues to go up. By the time you start figuring out the fees that you pay every month, you're not getting that money back.
We got one of the
I'm paying close to $50,000 a year
In what?
in fees.
maintenance fees.
In
Yeah.
wait a minute, $50,000 a year?
I do believe, right?
Wow, not for me. No,
Look at
actually-
Norton's guys got bigger than usual. Like that's a lot. Well, how much is that a month?
Let me think.
$5,000 a month more.
You know what? I did the math.
4?
Hold on. No, it's over. Okay, it's over 25,000. Sorry, I misrepresent, but it is over 25,000.
That's still a lot of money.
I just did the math horribly wrong. 25,000 a year times 30 years. If you do the whole 30 years, which most of us won't do.
What do they really? What? Okay. What do they?
That's 750,000. Am I right?
What do
I'll
they
tell you-
noticeably
Am I right?
give you?
In a building, you get security. I guess the difference is between a condo association and a building. In a building,
You get
they'll have
what's called the
doormen.
white glove service. It's almost like you're walking into a hotel every day, but it's like, who cares?
Wait, but okay. Let me ask
I can
you
open
guys,
I can open my own door.
What do you? What do you? Wait. What do you go? All right. I get this. I feel this that I have, and I like to pay for it.
The building's clean. I feel like it's a clean place to live. They take care of everything, and I have security, which I like. I don't not just door guys, but actual security. I wanted to live in a building that had actual security.
Yeah, security. They bring your packages up when you pull up to the building after a long weekend. You got a lot of stuff.
Parking in this too?
Hell no, that's another $400 a month I'm paying.
Pay for it.
I'm paying another $400 a month for parking. Cable.
What?
I pay for my cable.
Yeah, you don't get
What are you
cable.
talking about?
What do you get that you like?
Little stuff like that. If there's a problem in your building, like yesterday they called me, right? And they're like, somebody on the 7th floor
Has a knife.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any butter? They said, look, don't use your kitchen sink because this line, we have to shut this line down because somebody on the 7th floor, which is below me, a couple floors below me, is having a problem with their water. It's flooding.
Yeah.
So they had to shut it down and fix his thing. But you have security in the building, so if something's going wrong with your apartment, like if there's any kind of flooding or something like that.
24-hour security, people just walking through,
Yeah.
and you trust them.
Oh, yeah. They have a system to get your key where you have a key, the concierge has a key, and security has a key. But in order for them to pull your key, it's all on a computer. So like the guy at the front desk can't even take your key because it will register on the computer that he is the one who pulled it from the slot.
Yep.
So you can't get. It's going to be very hard for anybody who works there to get into your apartment. So you feel secure.
Yeah, that's worth $750,000 over 30 years.
Oh,
And ready for this one? I don't know what I really get because
you pay for another house for somebody to clean that building?
That's if I stay there 30 years. That's crazy. But I mean, I swear I'm just a kid from Long Island, so this stuff to me is like, I don't care. I don't need the white glove service. I can open my own doors. I can get my own packages from the mailroom. You know, it is nice, but is it worth that much money? I don't think so.
I get nothing.
For yours, right?
And you get cursed out if you if you put bars in your windows, if you put the dish network.
Yeah, so that means you don't even own your own condo.
I don't own the outside of my house. I own the inside.
Hold on, and because it's Christmas time, it's worth mentioning. I just got the
list.
The list. It's called The List.
Yeah. What is that?
Ready for this? Do you have it? Oh, I thought you were.
No, I don't have it with me.
Oh, you reached to your right. I'm like, did you bring it in?
No.
It's a list of everybody that works in the building, and there are people on there you've never seen. I think I have to ask Kenny, but I think it's close to 50 people, at least 40, and they all expect their holiday tip.
That would only cost me $50.
And they got. Oh yeah.
Here's your buck.
Really?
As they do what? Let somebody break in your house? Really? Is that what?
And they got a big box as soon as you enter the building with a slot to put the Christmas the tips. They all talk to each other. They all know how much you're tipping, and you get a list with their name, their picture, and what they do for the building.
So realistically, a real happy Christmas for that building is going to cost you $2,500. Because
$2,500?
Because you pop them all 50.
Get Kenny. I think I went way higher than that.
More? You pop them all 100?
Not all.
Some
of them,
you got to go 100. Kenny, how much did I spend on Christmas tips last year? Because Kenny really helped me out with this.
You got to remember, this is for the whole year.
How many guys did I have? Kenny,
what?
Focus. How many guys did I have to tip last year? You know
It's
about
in the 40s.
All right, and how much did it come out to? Because we're in the middle of doing this now.
The lowest tip for the lowest guy on the totem pole is 75.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Dollars.
Yeah.
For the whole year.
Well, this is
so I'm saying I'm doing pretty good. 100 for everybody.
Look, this
That's
is
the lowest tip.
Well, this is where
I lowball. Sorry, guys.
Well, see, everyone thinks I'm like the stingy one, but I'm also really stupid because what happened was I started too high because now they're expecting at least that, if not more. Because this is my second year in the building, second year for the holiday tips.
I was thinking
low.
If you hit a blue collar dude with $50 in his hand, that should be good enough.
Some guys it is, but then there's the guys that take you actually do when you walk in and out of the building all day. You really do get to know these guys. If you want cabs, they'll get. It's not major stuff they do.
Yeah, I like a bunch
but
of
you
them.
do get to know them. They're nice dudes.
You feel like you got new friends and stuff.
It's an expense that if you want to, it's an expense like it comes with living there.
I'm
like
not a cheap dude, man, but
dude, you just don't get your money back if you buy in Manhattan. I don't care what people say. Well, how much did I pay last year, Kenny? Do you know about?
It's in the thousands.
Stop
more than this?
More than 4,000?
More than this?
How much?
Five?
3 something, yeah.
3 something.
Yeah, I guess that. I get
3 something.
3 G's.
3 G's every year.
That's how much you dropping?
No, because I have. I think I tip less than he does. Yeah, I think I tip less, and I have my apartment's probably 20% of the size, so they get 20% of the tip.
Well, they also
go ahead, run around my apartment, then go run around his.
Well, the problem is too they know how big your apartment is. And they expect more. It's a whole status thing. I hate. I don't think.
So they're leaving. How many people in your building? Oh, gee, we gotta
take a break.
Please let me stay on this when we get back.
All right, and we've got to find out what happened to your car.
Jesus,
I want to apologize to you because I really thought I had black friends. Realized I did not, and you were right. So I owe you an apology.
And I want to thank you too. I want to thank you for that wedding. Because I found out how sad White God is. I didn't realize that.
Oh, please. I did that for the older generation. Trust me. Sometimes you got
White God is sad. Y'all should be happy as hell.
You got to pick your shots. That one, I was like, all right, I'll do this for the older crowd because that's not my thing.
And I did get a lot of exercise, by the way.
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the wedding. We'll talk about sports. We'll talk about Bush getting a shoe thrown at his head. We'll talk about Avery being dumped. We'll talk about Governor Patterson being pissed off at the SNL skit. We got
Being
lots.
told he should be pissed off.
We got lots to do, so stay right there. It's Opie and Jimmy and Patrice today. Let's call it that. Opie, Jimmy, and Patrice. There you go. What's up, people? Good morning.
Patrice didn't know this, but actually, like a lot of people who live in other places, when I'm using the bathroom, I actually do have one of those guys run up with toilet paper on his hand and take care of things for me. I mean, it's well
Wipers!
That's why they call it white glove service.
Wipers!
Hey, Patrice, so I got to apologize to you for a couple things. The first, you're telling me how your car got stolen, but somewhere, because it's early in the morning and I'm just having my coffee, you said you were having some kind of family thing for Thanksgiving, and then your car got stolen, so I thought that they were playing some kind of prank on you, so I'm laughing at you.
My car Sunday
actually got stolen.
Sunday night at some point, it was parked in my. It's too big to fit in my garage. It was stolen from in front of my garage where it was parked in my driveway. And
don't you got an alarm system and all that? They know how to
factory, and they knew
what they were doing.
Dude, they're not dummies. I mean, they quietly stole my truck. But here's the thing: they didn't officially steal it. This is all stuff I learned as at the same time, and I'm sitting thinking to myself, how much people are against other people is this is what it boiled down to.
Yeah.
So my neighbor knocks on my door. This guy knocks on my door. He's knocking on my door in the morning. I come down. I'm looking at him. I said, "Why are you knocking on my door like a cop in the morning?" Because he's the head. The guy happens to be the head of the condo association. So I thought he was going to be calling me saying, "Hey, dude, you can't be sending, nasty memos in the checks."
Right.
But he's like, dude, he stepped to the left. I'm looking at him. He's a big dude. He's like a white me. So I'm looking at him, and he slides to the left and looks behind him. There's my truck.
He was blocking your view,
Dude.
until he stepped aside.
Whoever stole it, they took my truck from in the back where it was parked and pushed it to the front.
So you were in the house when they...
In the house, I guess it had to be about, I don't know.
They knew what they were doing,
in the
man.
morning, I went over and I looked, and I just smiled. Like, because I go, if I have the reaction I think I'm supposed to have, I might die. Like, I might pass out and die.
Sure.
So I just went, And my mother was visiting, and she was sleeping in the room above the garage. Like, the way the house is built, my other room, I got 2 bedrooms, so the other room is over the garage.
Yeah.
And I go, "Mom, did
You want to kill your mom, don't
you
you?
hear any? Nah.
Just keep that car running in the garage. Take care of mom.
No.
Slept like a baby.
I saw you and your friends pushing the truck. I was going to say something.
My mother. So I'm like, I'm just okay. I tell my girl flips out because she's already very paranoid. She just is paranoid, and she believes in the secret. So this is all. See, the other day we was talking about evil frisbees, and look what happened. Like, shut up. But
so what did they do to your car? Get to the point.
I'm
here.
getting to it.
All right. Sorry.
So anyway, I'm talking to her, but it is a secret. So I'm trying to keep it from being magical. That's what. But that started off thinking the devil was after me.
Right.
So I try to keep it from being magical. So I walk over, I put my coat on, I stroll over. First thing I did was call 911. Ready, everybody? Don't call 911 if something like that happens to you.
No, they don't. They're not happy to do it.
She cursed me out for 15 minutes to tell me don't waste their time calling 911. Call the non-emergency number. I said, who needs a cop without an emergency? I almost cursed her out to send a cop. Like, I wanted to call her dumb whatever to send a cop. But ultimately, I knew a cop, and I called him. I go, here's what I shouldn't have did. It wasn't stolen. This is what I had to, as I was going to find out. It was recovered. So it was moved from where it was to another place. It's called malicious vandalism because they found it. I'm outside. It's up on bricks.
Wait a minute. So if a cop would have pulled that guy over driving, he could say, "I'm not stealing it. I'm moving it."
If they had saw them doing what they were doing, it had to be in light speed. It was shocking, and I'm glad I didn't wake up because I'm up at that time. At whatever time they would have stole it, I'm up.
You wouldn't have ran outside. You would have just watched them steal your car.
You just got to yell out the window to leave.
You know what?
Most of us would just watch them steal it.
No, you yell.
Your gut is like,
hey!
yo! But the brazenness of it, I would have got a nice bullet to the face. So I'm glad I didn't wake up. But it's up on bricks, and I'm just standing there looking at a truck up on bricks, 2 bricks. And I called my friend. He said, call a non-emergency. I called him. I called the number. They sent the cop. He couldn't report it stolen, so he had to report it.
Right.
So I'm looking at it. I saw how they did it. They took. This is factory alarm. They took the stupid thing off. They took the handle of the truck off to disconnect the alarm, because evidently what they had to do was come and hit my car a couple of times to see if I had a decent alarm on. Boom, boom. They knew it was whack. There's 2 kind of alarms you can have: perimeter or a shock. If they break the window, it goes off, or if they get near it, it goes off.
Sure.
I had neither one. All I have is an immobilizer, which it keeps you from driving it, or low jack, which finds it if they steal it, but it doesn't prevent anything.
Right.
Your alarm stinks. What does it, shoot dye on their hands like a bank robbery?
GMC, good luck to you going out of business. Because I don't know what alarm you're putting in, but you have to be saving money on that in the bailout.
It's a kitchen timer.
Yeah. They laughed at your alarm, huh?
Oh, dude, you
laughed at
can
it.
see the smile they carved in the
Right.
face. Because you can see where they put the screwdriver, because the cop starts laughing because he goes, "Oh man, they got me twice." The cop is from the area, so they put a screwdriver, smash the window, and as soon as you smash it, the whole thing cracks.
Yeah, I know.
So you can just push it in.
Yeah.
So now they did the alarm. They put they cracked the starter and put it in neutral and pushed it from where it was to 100 feet away. 100 feet away. And this is what people kept doing as they're driving by. People just in the morning just getting a nice morning talk.
Sure.
And people know me, like, Patrice, yell. I'm sitting there going, I don't want people to know I live here. Mm-hmm. Patrice, what, you have rims? Kept asking, rims? I kept, no.
So they pushed
it. It was factory rims on my truck.
So they pushed it 100 feet away, and then they put it up on blocks.
Put it on blocks.
And took your wheels.
And took my factory rims.
They just went with the rims. So why do they have to put it on blocks for that?
They took the wheel. They took everything.
Okay, that's what I asked.
They
That's
obviously,
what I'm saying.
Okay, they took all
they
4
obviously
wheels.
thought you were a white guy. They had no idea. They probably couldn't. When they saw those tapes, they're like, "He had factory rims." Who is this guy?
They're sitting there with my tapes too. They know it's me. They know who it is. I'm sleeping with a box cutter in my bed,
right?
But ultimately, so I'm sitting there, and the tow truck comes. They don't have any recourse but to pull it on the tow truck with no wheels.
Right.
So I'm watching fire shoot from the bottom of my truck. Of that pulling my wheelless carcass of a truck up on a flatbed.
Like a snake skin. After the snake leaves it.
And I'm sitting there going, and the cop was a cool dude. He's like, there go your rotors. I'm like, what? Did you just say to me? He goes, man, they got me. I put 2 boots into this.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the thing that
you got to think they have a better way to do that, but they don't want to be bothered.
Dude,
Get 4 crap tires and just roll it on.
They could have did that, but that wasn't going to happen, of course.
Right, sure.
Now, this happened the Monday before Thanksgiving, mind you. I still don't have my truck. They had to find out because I called Geico. And this is what I mean about, just what people are going to do. Mm-hmm. If you ever get insurance, if you buy a new car, one thing you better do is buy gap insurance. I didn't know what gap insurance is. It's the money that between what you owe on your truck and what your truck is worth on the market.
Sure.
So if you owe 30, your truck could be worth 15.
Right.
So even if it's totaled or whatever, you owe 15,000. Okay. So when I called Geico, they said, okay, they looked through the thing first before they said, oh, Patrice, this is terrible. They go, do you have comprehensive insurance? I go, I'm sorry, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That is if you get your car stolen, there's a special insurance you have to have. There's collision and then there's comprehensive. I happen to have it, but yes. I asked the lady because I was starting to become a crusader. If I didn't have it,
what would happen?
What would happen? We wouldn't have gave you no money. I go, that's your job to say that?
Yeah.
That's your job to tell me that I was just tough luck?
And most people don't know that. They're just like, yeah.
Nobody knows that.
Nah. You just want to get your car insurance thing over with.
So
you get the guy on the phone like, yes, I guess, yeah. Okay, how much a month?
So for 2 weeks, I've been trying to prove that I didn't steal my own truck.
Seriously?
Yeah, I had to get a police report. I had to give a 15-minute interview. They asked me what my and I had to stop him there.
What was your motive?
What? Wait, how much
you get for it, stupid?
Right. Yeah, how much did you get for it? How much did you owe?
Yeah.
Are you late with any bills?
Yeah.
Are you late with your mortgage? How much is your mortgage? How much is your life? What do you spend a month? What do you
get out of here?
You think I'm lying?
I don't think you're lying. I just said
they
get
asked
out of here.
Exactly, and that's what I end up saying. Like, look, I'm not telling you what I pay a month. I hope but they had to prove for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, that I didn't steal it. Then they sent an adjuster out to tell me that they down to the penny that it's going to cost something thousand and two cents, and I'm not going to get a penny more. And I said, can you at least give me enough to get an alarm?
Can you throw in a couple tires at least? Something?
Can you do something?
Throw in a better alarm system?
Ultimately, I guess I ended up proving I didn't steal it, and now it's getting worked on. I still don't have a truck.
So it was all before they did anything? Because I got a call.
Before they did anything.
When I got there, I think it was Patrice or his girl said that our truck got stolen, or his truck got stolen, but I had my Bose headphones, and because Patrice...
They didn't steal...
Patrice and his girl drove me home from Opie's wedding. And by the way, I know one thing they didn't steal out of this truck: Easy Pass. I will never ride with that bum again.
I thought I was the last guy to get Easy Pass.
No.
What are you doing with all the driving you do? All the comedy clubs on the East Coast.
I just wait. I read
listen,
God.
I know
why.
A
guy got divorced. And it's not...
We did the story.
You did that, so
we
it
did
is
the
what
story.
it is. That tells you something.
They used his Easy Pass to help out the divorce.
Sure. And they also send you tickets if you go...
Nah, they don't.
Never happens.
They haven't done that yet.
Never happens.
It's evil.
Never happens.
It is kind of evil, but man,
Not
is it convenient.
If they really wanted to, they could just take a picture. They don't do that. I've never got a ticket. But it was kind of fun driving again in 1988.
Yeah.
Him and his chick coming back up. We're fighting traffic. You've never seen the Easy Pass lanes.
Yeah.
It looked like the third runway at Newark Airport. There was nobody on there. There was guys having a catch with a Nerf football. It was so irritating.
But wasn't it fun? Didn't it take you back?
Hell no.
It was awful.
And some of those roads from Philly to New York, you don't even have to go through an actual toll booth. You just continue on the highway.
And I'll tell you
at
this,
70 miles an hour.
I'll tell you this treating Kenny bad piece of garbage over here. There was a couple of pauses when I dropped him in front of his home.
Right.
I drove past my house to get to this piece of garbage house, and it was a beat where he waited to see me help him with his bags. Almost spit right on his dumb suitcase.
Look, it's not that. It's just almost like I want to give him the full story. Like, I got to drop Jim off.
Sure.
And I figured you wanted to help me with the bags. Why not? Your friend, big man.
Piece of guy almost kicked him. Luckily
funny.
It was cold and his worm was.
You got to get the Easy Pass, Patrice.
I refuse.
You got to get the.
There was 4 thugs in a car ahead of us, and this fat girl got out, and I guess they bumped her car. And she got out to yell, and then saw that there were like 4 gangbangers.
That they beat fat black girls up for a living, and she got right back in there.
She got right back in and kept. It was just kind of fun to watch.
Wasn't it fun though? Come on, Jim.
To watch, yeah. As I was zipping by the Easy Pass, it would have been wonderful. But to be there, I literally couldn't have felt worse if we were like in a stagecoach with a horse pulling me. There was no reason.
It's a comfortable truck though, right?
It's a great truck.
Yeah, you was happy.
Yeah, I don't know how it is, like 2.5 feet tire length lower.
I only got the Easy Pass maybe like 2 years ago, and when I finally got it, I'm like, why didn't I get this earlier?
It's
Kenny
a
finally
trick,
got
and
it.
ultimately,
I know it's gonna.
Here's what the toll people are gonna do: get fired, like because they automate and everything.
Yeah,
get fired, and then all the Easy Pass lanes. It's not like you can go at 60 miles an hour through it. Something's gonna break down.
No, some of them you can. That's what I'm saying. They're building them now where it's way above the highway, and you just keep on zipping.
Yeah,
you don't stop at a toll. It's 2 lanes.
It's also a way for them to raise tolls without you complaining because you don't see it coming off. It comes with your credit card.
Yeah.
But
Atlantic City has the actual highway, like you said, is above the highway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they're making more and more of those to make it even more convenient. But
they didn't steal my Bose headphones. I had my Bose headphones and my iPod in the truck with Patrice, and I got it. And his girl had put everything like in a big garbage bag. And I went to Patrice's for Thanksgiving.
How lucky is he?
And my headphones and my iPod were still there.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did actually. The food it was great food, And I know Patrice's mother, and I met his.
I've never met your mom.
I think it was too many middles there for Jim.
Too many what?
He has the worst comedian friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, middles.
it's awful.
As comedian.
Nobody you'd ever
feature
recognize from television. Ever.
Jim was the biggest artist, sitting uncomfortable,
Oh, it was
texting people on Thanksgiving.
Do you know?
It's just like when Frank got together with the boys, right?
It was just,
Yeah.
And they were sitting around him, just happy to be around Jim.
It was like the Rat
Jim
Pack,
is-
literally. They were all like little rodents. It was the worst collection of comedians. Like if
And
you were,
Keith was supposed to come, but he didn't
no, he
get
went to
come.
Wanda's house. You got better
I don't think
deal.
he went to Wanda's. Did he say he went to
I
Wanda's?
think he stopped off there. You got
That
better
piece of
deal.
garbage.
You got better deal for Wanda.
Oh, wow, there you go.
And then I went and saw stupid Bob and his chick on the way back into.
Right. I gotta apologize to Patrice. I invited Patrice to my wedding, and you've been on the show a million times. We do the black white thing, and blah blah blah. You guys don't have black friends. I'm like, I got black friends, and I was insulted when you said you don't have black friends. And then when I'm at the wedding, and I stood up to look around the room and realized I don't have black friends. You were the only black couple that I invited to the wedding.
Well, it's an interesting wedding. I mean, there's some personal things we said about it. I'll share it with you. One is when you said black tie optional.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was an option to wear a sweatsuit.
Hey, you look sharp though. Your lady looked all right.
My girl planned her look.
She was
Since the wedding. She's like, I don't want to embarrass anybody.
She looked
in front of
ridiculous.
us was a guy with those satin Philadelphia Eagles jackets. I said, what is this? Somebody that won tickets from the Opie and Anthony show? It was awful. Some of the people I was like, I can't believe. I said, sweetie, no problem.
We had everything from sweats to people dressed to the nines
to tuxes
and everything in between.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then
But really fast, because I mean the listeners understand this because you've been listening long enough. But the seating chart for the wedding, we did it the last minute. Most people do that 2 or 3 weeks, before the wedding. Mm-hmm. So we're scrambling before the party started to still figure out who's sitting with who. Mm-hmm. And then we got into the big room and we stood up to look around like, all right, did we do a good job? And I looked behind me and it was the comedians table. It was you, it was Jimmy, it was Rich Voss. Who else was there?
Tyson Walter.
And then there was this couple there.
The big football
football
player.
player.
Yeah, I think he's retiring, unfortunately.
He might be, yeah, he got
But
an injury.
Good friend of ours. And then there was this couple that's really good friends with my girl's parents. Mm-hmm. Sitting there, scared out of their minds. Looking straight ahead like, what did we do to deserve this table? They were out of their minds scared.
They look like...
And it made us laugh so freaking
They
hard.
look like like they would have been friends with Robert Duvall and his wife and the great Santini.
Oh. Yeah.
Like that's who they looked like older middle-class people, maybe a retired military guy. Nice people.
Sitting with the comedians, and Patrice was telling me before the show, you guys are talking about threesomes and swinging and this and that.
My girl and Bonnie was talking, just comparing whose boyfriend was better and worse. Voss, and they're just sitting there talking and I mean, we don't go out much. We had a good time. I had a good time. Even like if I say, the sweatsuit thing, it was just a good time to just be able to even see that because trashing something is a part of the good time.
Of course it is.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
And I
don't
had a great time, man. It was well done. The Ritz thing was beautiful. I mean, we had a good time, and ultimately the funniest part was the church. It's just being at the church, the exercise that you get.
Up and down, up and down, up and down.
The sadness of white God is just shocking.
I can't argue with you.
I'm looking around the church, and it's just constant pictures of Jesus being punched in his stomach, set on fire, noogies. It's just pictures I didn't even realize.
Was that the first time you were in a white church in a while?
In a while, my body
Ever?
was on. I felt like Al Pacino from when he played the devil. I felt aching, and then
I can't disagree. That's one reason why I'm not a big organized religion guy. The suffering, the sadness, the
stand up again. I'm like, I just wanted to go. When are you getting married?
Yeah.
And then thank you for what you did. You had two. You had a black choir. Mm-hmm. And a white choir.
You know how much that cost to get that done?
Dude, whatever it did,
know what I learned?
appreciate it was for us.
Well, know what I learned? Like, that was my girl's touch. She's like, we're going to liven this thing up. So she got a gospel choir.
Why is Black God so happy?
And it was like Whoopi Goldberg in Sister Act.
Dude,
we had
the black choir is just like, Lord Jesus in the world, and it's boo that do.
Yeah.
And the white choir, you had to have it because, and don't think I wasn't watching. As I'm looking at the black choir, I go diddly do. There's white pure Catholics that knew all the stuff, went up at the top and they were looking like.
Oh yeah, they weren't happy. The older generation wasn't happy.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
And then as they sang the theme song from the game Hitman, and I'm just like, what is Caesar getting beat up right with? What's going on?
Let me jump in for a second though. I mean, we suggested that we wanted this like gospel choir, and we wanted the black lady singing their what's off, and the guy who runs the church, he's like, hell no, without saying hell, he's like, no, that ain't happening. And then we started with the negotiations. Well, would it happen for this much? Would it happen for this much? And you realize
God has a price.
You realize that you could get anything done in a Catholic church if you have the money to do it.
God has a price.
So I mean, when people were walking into the church, there was a concert going on. It was like, wah, 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 happy days are here, and it was all like New Orleans type stuff going on, right?
Like a scene from Live or Let Die,
right?
It's just like that, and I'm looking up there, and you can see, and they had it was a Philly choir, because all the dudes had the big giant Philly beards.
Oh yeah, we had Philly beards,
the big Philly beards.
They all look like Meldrick Taylor now.
It were big fat black girls just.
Oh yeah.
It was a black choir, and
it was
nice touch, and then the white choir does it, and I just was like the sadness, but I mean, let me tell you, we had a great time, and the food was good. The before reception food, unbelievable, sushi and everything.
Yeah.
The reception food was good. The idea, I got a new appreciation for everything, money, and the fact that there was, if you hire a wedding band, that they have to perform all night, and it's very choreographed, and it's a hard. I have a new respect, even though
everyone's raving.
New respect for a wedding band.
Everyone's raving about that band. They were unbelievable.
They had the part, and then while people are doing nice stuff like quiet stuff, there's a guy up there just going, the Lord lift us up where we belong. Just quiet in the back, knowing what they're doing. It was. I mean, I'm getting married at the, at the Elvis Chapel or the James Brown Chapel in Vegas. It's a fact.
I looked at
money or not, but it costs a lot.
I looked at someone, I go, wow, this is a great wedding. And someone goes, it's your wedding, idiot. I got lost in the fact. I'm like, oh yeah, it's my wedding.
And you didn't pay for it, right? Her dad paid for everything, right?
Yeah, we did a little something.
But that's, wow. That's how it's supposed to be, though, right? Her father?
They definitely paid more than their share. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
All right.
At one point, I'm hearing, and I'm not a big Cyndi Lauper fan, but I'm hearing Time After Time. Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're eating our purple potatoes and the Peruvian potatoes or something. I don't know.
The staff, by the way, had the people who served the food had the personality of his insurance adjuster.
Really?
Oh,
and
terrible.
Excuse me, can I have some milk, sir?
And
shut up.
And I'm a big fan of the remake. I like when someone else tries to do a very popular song. And I'm hearing Time After Time, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a big Cyndi Lauper fan, but this dude is doing a really good job with this song. Meaning this dude on a CD. I figured the band put a CD on so we could eat dinner.
Was just standing
so
up
I'm like, wow, I got to go up to the band and find out who does this so I can maybe, get it for my iPod or something, right? I look up, and it's the black dude singing Time After Time. I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me.
It was so
CD
well
quality.
choreographed. Whatever music you needed, somebody would be singing the music you needed for the time that you needed it. The big everybody dance music, the toast music. It was well.
I'll tell you this much. I mean, for the people getting married out there, just spend all your money on a band, a real effing band. Yep. It makes the whole wedding.
Go to Vegas, and then
I'm just saying, if you're going to have one of these traditional weddings,
that wedding,
make sure you get a real effing band that knows what they're doing.
One actual price from you. I get one price. How much to rent the hall at the hotel? Just the hall.
There's your answer.
More than $1,000?
Perhaps more than that.
And how long do you get it? From what to what?
What do you mean? Well, we went with an after-hours wedding party thing, which I don't think the Ritz has ever done before. So the wedding ended, and then we went into after hours mode, where they brought out the cheesesteaks. Were you there for the cheesesteaks?
No.
Oh, you missed the cheesesteaks. And then we break it down. The band leaves, and then now it's a DJ. Like you're in
What time did
like
you
one of
go
these
to,
crazy
Lamar?
clubs.
What time to go to?
I don't know, like 1?
I couldn't have cheesesteak. I literally ate until I had to sit on the toilet and eat and make room at the same time. I could not shove another bite of food in my fat face.
Yeah.
I did not
Cheesesteaks?
stop eating for hours.
There was plenty of food, man. They went. They brought out the cheesesteaks. Yeah,
I wish I could have said I snuck out, but it was like, wait a minute. All the black people. Where did black people go?
But
I was black people.
But that's where this started. I realized that I don't have black friends. You were it. You were it. I really thought I had more black friends.
You thought you did?
I really
what
did.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
When you go, you don't have black friends. I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And now I finally
And if
have
you
officially realized
I
I
did
did
not. Black
not. I do
friends,
not.
right? If you thought you had black friends,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Well, because they were
What-
just blending with my friends.
What
I
kind of friend are you where you're not sure?
'Cause I
You
don't-
just found out you had black friends.
How about this? I don't know how many Jewish friends I
Why
have.
don't you
You're just
call
friends.
your friends. Stop using that term loosely.
Call
Call them just some folks.
some folks. I don't have any black folks
Any
in my
black
life.
folks just hanging around?
I don't know. Friends are friends. I don't know. Which ones are black, which
Who
ones
do
are
you
Jewish.
call every
I don't
night? Who do
know.
you say hi to?
White people.
White people.
We got to take a break. We had these.
Yeah,
phone
all
nuts.
right.
Quick thing. I'll be at the Borgata in Atlantic City, January 16th, 17th. One night is sold out. One night has some tickets left, so figure it out yourself. TheBorgata.com. And I guess we'll be back. We haven't done any new stuff yet.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We're definitely gonna talk football when we get back a little bit. We're gonna talk Sean Avery. We're gonna talk some baseball.
On how I could have went to Dallas and went to that.
All
game
that
last
stuff,
night
all right.
And sat in a box, but I didn't because I had to be here.
And then we got Bush getting shoes thrown at him. He's got good reflexes, though.
He certainly does.
I'm very impressed by his reflexes.
You could have went to the Dallas game.
I could have went to that and the Monday Night Philly game.
All right. Opie and Anthony sans Anthony today. Go check it out, the Opie and Anthony show. We got Patrice O'Neal in studio today.
Good morning. How are you?
Let's talk a little football. I'm not feeling good about my Jets, I got to tell you. I know they have a big win over the Bills yesterday, but Brett Favre isn't impressing me, and this is where he's got to step up, but I don't think he's got it.
He's 40 years old.
I understand that. I'm getting a little nervous here. Everyone is excited today because big win over the Bills, but the Bills suck.
A 40-year-old Brett is better than they haven't had a good quarterback there since Joe Namath.
Well, you got the Chad Pennington thing. He's winning games for Miami.
Who, rub arm?
Yeah, he doesn't have much of an arm,
Chad stinks.
but he's getting the job done down there in Miami.
He's not getting the job done. That defense and that those trick plays and all that stuff, they're doing okay.
Yeah, they play a little old school football
they're
down
just
there in
trying
Miami.
to win. That's what Miami's trying to do. Trying to win.
And it sucks. Sean Ellis had the fumble recovery and ran in. Ran in the 11 yards. I'm amazed he made that play. And look what he gets on the sports page today. Pot luck because he was busted for pot November 29th. So,
They still played him out, huh?
Huh?
They still played him out.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's why the media, no one wants to talk
Pot
to him.
luck. Ellis' return helps Jets smoke Bills. See that?
Pot luck in a country where it's almost completely legal.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Who gives a crap about people
Thank you.
smoking the pot at this point? But
Thank you for the fairness paper.
I asked you just before we went live if you saw the end of the Jet game because I did not. And
Oh yeah, he scrambled.
No, I saw the big play. You see him knock over the ref?
No.
Face planting down to the turf? Oh, man.
Did that look delicious? Can I see it?
Oh, my God. You got to check out the video.
I hope it was an old 60-year-old one too. Just
I don't know.
his hip.
I don't know the defenseman that was trying to make the play and pushed him. It looked like he pushed him out of bounds just at the last second, but Ellis was able to tiptoe into the end zone. But the guy that knocked him at the last second knocked over the ref to try to get on the play because the ref was in the way. So he said, "Screw this! I'll take my chances with the league." And just knocks him from
but he should
behind.
have been able to do that, though.
I think you should be
I'm
able
sure
to.
Roger Goodell will find a reason to end his whole career.
Yeah,
He sickens me.
Yeah, especially if you're making this is the game-winning
You're
play.
in the way.
You're in the way, so you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. I'm with you. But they're saying there might be a big fine or a suspension for the guy, and the ref don't know his name either. I didn't do my my research. Whatever, some white dude He's bleeding like crazy because he face planted onto the turf.
If he's a man's man, he would have gone, "Hey, dude, this is football." If he was a football guy, he would go.
He seemed pretty cool with it, but the announcers were basically saying, "I don't know what the league's going to think about this one."
It was the Bills center, Duke Triplett. Who
Duke, right,
down,
okay.
And he actually went into the locker room after the game and apologized to the ref, and the ref made a point of coming out and telling everybody this was a class move.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious. The guy just wanted to get to the play.
Like, move, you idiot.
Move out of the way. This is not your game. This is my game. So, but I made a rookie mistake with the DVR. It was a really nice day in New York, and we still haven't gotten a Christmas tree. So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Jets-Bills game, really good game. I'm going to push record. I'm going to go get my damn tree. I'm going to walk around a little bit. I'm going to come home. No one's going to tell me who won the game, and I'm going to make believe it's still live. We've all done that, right? The tree thing?
No. Go ahead. Keep going pagan about your tree.
Makes the apartment smell nice.
God. So it's a good fart.
100 beans for a tree in New York.
What did you get, the size down from Rockefeller Center?
Nah, not really.
I mean, get a tree for $2.99.
Honestly,
what's the matter with you?
Honestly, it's like 6.5, maybe.
And a big white angel at the top. Have your black maid put it up there.
I don't have a black maid.
Go warm up the bed and then put your giant angel up there.
I think I got a Hispanic maid. I don't have a black one.
Some Puerto Rican. Mr. Hughes?
Right.
Mr. Hughes? Can I put it?
Oh, no. We went.
Angel as big as a Puerto Rican.
I went. All I'll say is I went safe Hispanic. You could go Hispanic or you could go safe Hispanic. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm not going to say who's the safe Hispanic or the hardcore
safe
Hispanic.
For that
Hispanic.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to say because you don't know what you're allowed to say on the radio anymore. But there is something you do. There's Hispanics and then there's safe Hispanics. We had
those new ones, those Hondurans, not the apocalypto ones.
Dude, we had Hispanic.
Don't get them.
We had Hispanic. Gave her a check. She came back 2 days later, knocked on our door. They let her up, by the way, Jimmy,
and sprayed some type of snake blood in your face.
She said, "I don't want the check. I need cash," because she had something going on. I don't know if it was a divorce or something. And she insisted that we pay her in cash. I'm like, whoa, we're going safe Hispanic. That was it.
Yeah,
that was it for her. I'm like, there's something not right about this one. Let's go safe.
She doesn't have. She's illegally here.
No. It was an uptown Hispanic. I'm telling you, there's differences. I just don't want.
Was she Puerto Rican? Well, she was Puerto Rican, and she's automatically legal.
Yeah, she was legal. She was totally legal. She had something going on. I think she was hiding money from a boyfriend or a husband or something.
I have a housekeeper, same thing, where it was like, I think they come once every 2 weeks or whatever, because I won't clean ever. And the check I was writing or something like that to cash.
Yeah.
They always wanted to cash.
Yeah.
And then she's like, could you do something else? Because my bank wouldn't take it. They
Yeah.
were like kind of weird. So I started going with cash.
And she also asked,
how about never come to my house again? Doesn't have a bank account. That means I can't find you if something happens.
What's going to happen?
Who the hell knows, Mr. Comfortable? Same thing with Easy Pass. You got to be uncomfortable with somebody that doesn't want to take a check.
What?
I don't want
when your
I don't
check
want
is
uncomfortable
good.
In my home.
Exactly.
I'm fine with her. She's nice.
Write a check. So,
the other thing she asked for
every surveillance camera murder, the dude is nice as he's walking in the door.
Yeah.
How are you, sir? Blah blah. Right to the chops.
She also sat down and go, "Can you make me a cup of tea?" She was pretty brazen.
Did she really?
Oh yeah.
She put her feet up on the sofa.
Just a brazen maid.
And also we get up like awkwardly, like we're making tea for her, and why is she in our house, and why is she demanding cash? I'm like, you gotta go.
Your woman's like, no, just make her tea.
Oh no, I was ready to roll. It's not Duke Triplett, by the way. It was Duke Preston. People are making fun of you, stump brain. So here's my rookie mistake with the DVR. So I push record. I do everything perfect. I get the tree back to the house. I avoid the score. I sit down. I even have my girl go into the apartment first, just in case the 4:00 game has the Jets score. I'm like, could you get this game where it was? She pushes play, and I walk in like the game's still going on, and I sit down, right? I see the Amazing Ellis play, and then with less than a minute, somewhere, whatever, like it matters, but it was less than a minute left in the game, all of a sudden, it freezes and says, "Do you want to save program?" I'm like, you gotta be effing kidding me. I didn't get to see the Bills' last attempt, which turned out to be nothing, but still, when you're in the moment, you're like, wow, this is pretty exciting. and they got the ball with less than a minute to go, something could happen here.
The DVR is not programmed to actually follow the game all the way through. It stops at a certain
At
time.
4 o'clock.
Time it stops.
And I even knew that. I even did the math really fast in my head. I'm like, okay, they're mid-third. It's about whatever it was, 2:45, whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, this game's going to definitely be over by 4. I'm not going to worry about
Did
it.
those box of candy canes on your lap just fly up?
I don't go with the candy cane.
Your Pier 1 ornaments that they just off.
The one religious thing that the maid snuck on the tree in the back.
Right.
It's like a cut chicken throat.
Tinsel everywhere.
I didn't get Christmas trees for years. I'm back getting the Christmas tree. This is like the
that pig.
third year in a row.
Pine trees are have
For years,
the
I
third most oxygen out of any tree or something like that. Just cut them down.
I avoided the Christmas tree for many years, but I'm back. I'm back doing that at least. But so the Jets, Jimmy's Cowboys over the Giants, which couldn't make me happier because I hate Big Blue.
I could have got a ticket. I'm so stupid. I could have got a ticket to see that and the Philadelphia Monday Night Dallas game because this guy I know, he's like a business manager for Terrell Owens and for a lot of those guys. They have a box in Texas Stadium,
right?
And they would have fly me in because he has some kind of a deal with I guess American Airlines. And
you said no, you're a trooper.
I'm an idiot. I had to come here. I'm a dope. I could have went there. The second exciting game in a row I could have watched in Texas Stadium, which I've never been to.
You know, you're going to finally say yes, and it's going to be some awful blowout.
It's going to be a 27-2 loss to the Titans.
There's going to be 5,000 people left in the stadium.
You get to see T.O. finally implode. What a ass.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I don't really understand.
Dude, what is wrong with him?
But supposedly people are agreeing with T.O.
What, he bash Romo?
Yeah, he's
Good.
totally bashing
Yeah,
Romo, and the rest
but
of the team is like, yeah, he's got some issues out there. He's not,
He's against T.O. or something?
No, you're the Cowboys fan. Who is he throwing to?
I have no
too
idea.
much.
Witten.
Okay.
You do know.
Oh, I think what did he say about Romo? I have no idea.
Why are you keeping it? Why are you keeping this close to the vest?
Because I don't know.
You do know.
I don't care.
You're a big Dallas fan.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I like Dallas. I'm not even a big football fan anymore. I don't like athletes. I'm telling you, I stopped watching sports.
In general?
Yeah, Cowboys, I'm happy to see them doing
What about
well.
the Yankees?
Hate.
He hates the Yankees now.
After
Where
my
have you
Jeter
been?
incident, I hate them.
Read his book.
I hate them. And most athletes that we've interviewed, except for the UFC guys, and a couple of the boxers,
And
Bernard
Bernard.
Hopkins was amazing.
No, the
most
UFC
of
guys
them-
are great until they start making too much money, and then they will probably turn on us.
Most of them are complete dicks. They're these stupid alpha males. They're not funny. They're just, hey, they give you garbage answers in the media. Well, we just got to keep winning. I come to hate athletes.
I didn't notice about you.
Cannot stand them. Can't stand them.
So in general, you're like, to all of them.
Yeah, it's hard to not
okay,
root
fair
at all
enough.
for sports, but it's like,
Uh,
I didn't know that.
yeah, man.
so
We had Terrell, and he was okay, but he was just.
was he?
I mean, he
I
was.
mispronounced his name. I thought he was going to shoot me.
Yeah, he was just. There was
That was
no
an ass.
personality. With sunglasses on. Why do you have your sunglasses on? Stupid. I should have said, but I didn't.
He was pretty intimidating too, to be honest with
Hey,
you.
he was just a dope. He wasn't frightening. He was just a guy with his sunglasses on. It's like, what are you doing?
But
On a beach in Miami, you jackass. It's a radio interview.
I didn't know Norton. I didn't know you
yeah,
can't
man.
despise
I
athletes.
hate them.
Absolutely.
Most of them, because they have this bully mentality. They're not funny. They're the type of guys that want to like grab the back of your neck and go. "Ugh." They're just retards. Most of them are retards.
Wow.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of respect for them. The more I've met, and the more of them that we had.
They're just disappointing.
They're dicks. We had Lairitz on the show one time.
Okay, so you said the most fun guys are the ones that could be the worst bullies.
Because they're not rich, spoiled babies, these UFC guys. They're just brutal guys who know how to fight, but they're not babies. They're like regular dudes. Guys who fight for a living are more likely to be a fun guest or a fun hang because they talk crap. They're comfortable talking crap because that's what they do. Wrestlers are good usually because they talk crap. But the UFC guys are not rich, spoiled babies like a lot of these athletes.
no, they're great. So far, they've been
Wow.
great.
I didn't know that.
Who
By the way, T.O. and
Interesting.
Romo, they've buried the hatchet because
how terrific for them. They should
Well, they
have
had a
buried it in Romo's stupid calf. He's not a big game quarterback.
they had a
He's really
big
not.
they had a big win against the Giants, and now everything's okay.
Yeah,
with
after a
those
choke
guys.
against Pittsburgh. After a terrible choke. And I remembered, by the way, when I watched that Steelers loss, oh, yeah, this is why you stopped watching. Because it makes me want to bite my own fingers. I can't handle sports losses. It's too upsetting.
Hey, the Patriots play Patrice. I don't know.
Yeah, they blew out.
Oh, there you go. The
they blew
Raiders,
out the
right?
Raiders.
49-26. You were saying
And there's something that's absolutely, possibly going to happen this year. That happened last year. First undefeated regular season. This year, it may be the first 0-win season in the history of the NFL. Detroit Lions may not win a game.
Yeah, how depressing was Thanksgiving? They had to throw the Lions on because it's tradition. I'm like, who the F is watching this game?
They really need to stop that.
That town doesn't deserve how awful life has been for it. I mean, the Pistons are, but the Pistons aren't even Detroit. It's almost like New England Patriots is not New England, let's be honest. It's Boston Patriots, but they just call it New England. With the other teams, they need something, other parts of New England.
They want to get some fans from Rhode Island.
Detroit doesn't even play in Detroit.
How far? Auburn Hills, right?
Auburn Hills, which is the suburbs. They're really not the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I always heard Auburn Hills, but how far is that from the city? I don't even know.
I think it's an hour or something crazy.
Oh, really?
Something outside the. Detroit is miserable, man. They need something going on. There's nothing but sadness happening in Detroit.
0-14, they got 2 to go.
Oh, dude, and they're gonna lose. And they said the only real chance
who do they got left?
Minnesota, and Minnesota beat them. Or who they lose to? No. Who just beat them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't care.
Whoever beat them last week, that was who was Minnesota. That was who they said had the biggest chance was a division playoff, a division team,
right?
Who was going to have a letdown against them, and they think that they don't have a chance.
Well, they say the Pistons too. They're like the playoff hopes got dashed by that loss too, like because they had a shot. Nothing. Had some potential. All right.
Hey, you were saying you hate both New York teams. You hate the Jets and the Giants.
If you don't have that cable, football package, you're forced to watch what you have to watch. And the New York football teams.
By the way, people calling you an idiot. The Buccaneers went 0-14 when it was a 14-game season in the 70s. I did not know that either.
How about the fact that I didn't do the investigation? Whoever's calling me an idiot, waiting to hear idiotic things.
But officially,
maybe an 0-16, maybe maybe they've been playing 16 games forever. They're going 0-16.
It would be a first.
The first, but people are saying it's the first 0 loss in what? Shut up. Anyway, what was he saying about the Giants? The Giants and the Jets.
You hate them,
and I'm not kidding. Are the 2 most boring football teams I can think of to watch. I'd rather watch San Diego be 4 and whatever than to watch the Giants win. They bore me.
I never got into the Giants.
They bore me, and the Jets are no better. It's something about their uniforms that make them look slow. They just don't look like every other team. Like, Chicago just looks like a football team.
Hold on. I got to slow you down because that's a really good observation.
They just
uniforms that make you look slow because some of these teams really have the logo in such a way it has like kind of a swoosh.
Do you notice how fun watching Oakland Raiders play and they never win? But it's something about them there's some excitement to what they look like.
What logo makes them look slow? I'm trying to think of football teams now.
How about a blue helmet
with
nothing on it but Giants?
The Jets did change their logo, so it kind of looks a little like
with their
sleeker and a little like
their
wind resistant.
Green. Bill Parcells should just run football. He should be asked for his advice about everything.
He should just be the commissioner.
When he came into the Patriots, they had that loser man in the huddle.
The worst.
Position. He changed it into something that looks fast and good.
Right.
He changed the culture.
I don't like the Patriots' stupid new one either. It's like the guy's head with the half of stuff coming off it. It's like it's speeding by you. It's terrible.
Did you hear the word you used?
Yeah.
Speeding by.
It doesn't matter.
Not just the awful guy crouch down and taking a dump position.
Yeah.
And the Jets, the Giants and the Jets. I'm sorry. I know they're winning and the thing about sports fans, because I was in Texas, I don't like uber crazy sports fans that get over this, man. I was in Texas being very careful about how I was discussing the Oklahoma-Texas game. There's people that is religious, and I don't want to get people angry with me. I'm just saying the Giants bore me to tears. And the second team that bores me more is the Jets. And I have to watch them. If the Jets are playing, Fox can't show. If the Jets are playing on channel whatever,
the worst.
The Fox can't show a game against the Jets in New York. And the same thing with the Giants. I can't watch anybody but them. I'm on my hands and knees praying and thanking God when the Giants are not on, ruining my football experience.
That's why you buy the football package.
Yeah.
That's why. That's so you buy it.
Oh,
Don't you think the league would get more fans if they just gave you a few choices every Sunday?
well, it's the biggest market, I guess. It's just New York.
I understand.
I don't know.
When I used to live in Buffalo, if they didn't sell out the stadium, they wouldn't show the game locally. I'm like, there's nothing else to do in Buffalo. And radio stations would start just buying up the tickets so everyone else could see the freaking game on Sundays. Like, sometimes it's like, well, there's still 100 tickets left. I don't know if the game's going to be shown on Sunday. Are you kidding me?
Buffalo might be the third worst. New York.
Yeah, Buffalo is
like shouldn't be watched.
Yeah.
New Orleans doesn't win, right? They lose most of the time, but it's something about the way that team is. You could just watch them not win.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
You know who should have had a better throwing arm? That reporter that lobbed 2 shoes at Bush's face.
Oh, Jimmy. I like the seg. We're going to be talking about the Bush thing.
You don't think the media is biased? God almighty, he took off his shoes and threw them at the president's head.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit after the break. It was, around-the-clock coverage.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Safe to say I probably saw it 200 times already.
I have not seen it yet.
Safe to say 200 times easy.
And now what if that was a gun?
They
wouldn't have got it in.
Guns. What's wrong with you?
They're checked when they go into those areas.
That's why Bush barely flinched. He knew it wasn't a gun. He's like, a couple shoes.
How about a shoe knife?
Huh?
One of those new shoe knife things. One of those new.
A little James Bond thing.
Yeah, he clicks that button. You know, Al Qaeda got that money.
Maybe get the hat. Bush was having fun. Like, we'll get into it after the break because there's a lot going on. Bush is smiling like, ooh, like he's playing with his friends.
I don't have the info in front of me, but can I just say I will be at Comics the day after Christmas, 26th and 27th.
You just said it, Patrice O'Neal, Opie and Anthony. Without Anthony today. We'll continue. The Day the Earth Stood Still, #1 at the box office. Patrice is a big movie guy. You didn't see that, did you?
I'm going to see it at some point today, I think. Go see it.
What is it about? Is it literally about the Earth stops?
No, it's an alien movie.
It's a remake.
A giant alien comes
and
handles his business.
Supposed to be good, right?
To destroy the virus called human beings.
Oh, God. What a statement.
You know what movie I saw? Fred Claus on demand. You know, it's Christmas time. I want to see a Christmas movie or two. I can't find my Christmas Vacation DVD. I'm kind of pissed off. I don't know where it is. So we went with the Fred Claus. What a disaster that was. Did you see it last year with Vince Vaughn and?
No, he's never made me laugh once. Vince Vaughn has never made my teeth show with a smile.
I don't think
Giamatti's in it.
Yes, man. Either I don't.
Kevin Spacey's in it. I mean, they were hoping for a big, Christmas blockbuster, and this thing fell horribly short.
Do you know what I saw on the plane going to L.A.? I watched what's it called with Ricky Gervais, the Ghost?
I heard it was
Ghost
good.
Town.
Ghost Town was great.
I heard it was good.
I hear it was really good.
I had to turn it off. Bobby Kelly's in it. Bobby was good too. He looked right. Like I wanted to trash Bob, but
He was a ghost?
yeah, but in a construction worker. But his face, like Bobby belonged there. Like he looked like he belonged in that movie.
Right.
He was impressive. I was crying so hard. I can't watch movies. I'm a girl. I had to turn it off on the plane. I was tearing under my sunglasses. I had to stop
Why?
them because I stink.
What got you?
The ghost stuff. Just some stuff.
All right, you know what? Let me go see the movie, and then we'll discuss this, because I got to see what part. And then I'll try to figure out what
Let me
part
ask you a question.
made you
watch
cry.
Charlotte's Web. I was crying.
Did you ever have this conversation on not saddest movies, but the all-time best cry in a movie? That you go, this was the best tears you ever seen? In terms of a cry, a movie cry where you went, wow.
Wait, watching them cry?
Watching them cry. Not you crying, but mine's is Denzel.
In Glory.
In Glory.
Probably the best one, yeah.
And very close is Meryl Streep and Sophie's Choice.
Or also, you know who is a great crier? She does it like Denzel does. Who's the one, Bruce Willis's ex? She did it in Ghost. She just drops that
Demi
one
Moore.
tear.
Demi Moore?
Yeah, she's really good at that too. She's a great crier too.
Yeah, that's all like magic stuff, though.
No, it's just they know how to.
My
water
girl
their
said
eyes out.
Will Smith from I Am Legend is
It's good too.
she liked that she thought that was the best one. But I was just curious. That's I think this amazing to be able to cry.
Yeah, but I want to. With that, I want to know what they do off camera to make them cry so hard.
Well, this is
they
why
probably just scream at them. No one loves you.
this is why actors
Like, what do they do cue just before they
paid.
say action.
Dude, and it's not like, if you film something, it's not like, I'm thinking I can cry maybe. I'm like, I imagine somebody kills my, my dog. And I'm like, and then after that cut, and I go, wow, woo.
All right,
and they go, turn it around for the other angle.
Exactly.
What other angle? More emotions? Like,
Watch closely when they cut films. You'll see somebody crying, and then they pan back to it, and the face is dry.
Yeah.
That's all in the editing. Denzel crying in Glory was the best ever, though. Just perfect,
dude.
Perfectly
Great
timed. They won him the
cry.
Oscar. Won him the Oscar.
They go to a deep part in their soul to bring up the tears.
There really is
or is there trickery and they just get yelled and
great
screamed at, or
great. That's
or do they
why great
poke them with a
actors.
stick or something?
But
What do
you
they
know
do?
what? Al Pacino, or who I put. I don't put him in my top. Robert De Niro, I'll put high up. Morgan Freeman, I put high up. I've never seen any of them cry. I never seen Denzel's the one I seen cry. I never seen Bruce Willis cry. And I'm gonna tell you, a great cry. Believe it or not, I'll fight anybody over it. 2 great cries is Sly. One in First Blood, and the other one in Rocky 3 when Mickey died. I know people think, but I believe it.
It was impressive.
I felt it, man.
Yeah, it wasn't hacky.
I felt it.
I'll tell you a great one too. Keanu Reeves in Devil's Advocate when his wife cuts her throat and he's trying to save her in the hospital room.
Really?
And
I thought you was joking when you said Keanu Reeves great acting.
No, when he was trying to save his wife, and he just she just bled out through the throat. Yeah, that was actually great.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta see that again. Hold on, we got a couple coming in. Eric on Long Island. Eric.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Love you.
Thank you, bro.
You know who's amazing? Mel Gibson. And believe me, as a Jew, I don't want to say anything nice about Mel Gibson. But Braveheart and Lethal Weapon, both unbelievable cries.
Braveheart, that's a good cry.
Unbelievable. When his wife
That
gets
wasn't a
killed.
cry. That was wait, when he got killed?
No, when he got when he got killed. He got knocked off the horse, and all of a sudden he looks up, and just one tear drops down off his
Yeah,
face.
it wasn't an over the top cry fest. But
Okay.
No, but in Lethal Weapon, when his wife gets killed, he completely loses it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mel Gibson used to know how to cry in the early days of his career.
I gotta
Mel
watch
Gibson
that.
is a great director.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is great.
He's a great anti-Semite.
No, but I'm saying that, dude, that's almost a testament to what a great director he is, because they hate him in Hollywood so much because he is anti-Semitic. I don't think he likes Jews at all, and he still does amazing movies.
Yeah, what's that one you like? I still haven't seen
Well,
it.
The Passion of the Christ was good, but Apocalypto
That's what I mean, yeah.
was great. I couldn't
I gotta
believe how
see
much
that.
I love that movie.
You liked Apocalypto?
Loved
You loved
Apocalypto.
Apocalypto.
I got to see that.
Loved it.
Let's go to Chris in Arizona. Chris, how are you, buddy?
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, a while ago when you had Kevin Smith on, he was mentioning that, I don't know how the topic came up, but he said that sometimes when there's a cut scene, that they use a mentholator or a mentholated vent to blow into the actor's eyes. So it's a pretty natural reaction to the meth, the whatever the hell that menthol is in the air.
Yeah, okay, that might work too.
All right.
Yeah, they probably made
think it
crying easier.
Yeah, got to.
Figures they would in Hollywood.
Got to.
That's tough though, because you're right. They got to go for so many angles. It's like, how do you get to that emotion? You're in the middle of the real emotion. A cut. We had a sound issue.
Yeah,
Or
Let's go to Spiky J. Spiky J.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Is this the Spiky J?
Yeah, this is the Spike EJ that sent in the Pendulum remix.
I feel honored. What's up, Spiky J?
Hey, thanks, man. How you doing?
Good.
Wanted to point out one of the worst cries of all time.
what?
Ed Norton at the end of American History X.
He said the worst cry ever.
It almost sounds like he's laughing at his brother's death.
See, now I'm not prepared for this break today. I got to see a lot of these crying scenes now, so I can be more involved. Do you remember that one? I don't remember that one now.
Yeah, it didn't move me at all. It's like, you remember the ones that move you because of the moment. I mean, Meryl Streep trying to decide whether she has to choose a boy or a girl. And of course, you argue with a girl, why the boy? I'm going, because he can make other people. Your useless girl just pumps out one thing and that's it. That's it. But I can make an army with a guy. But Meryl Streep's cry
You're an effing robot.
of choosing which kid gets to live or die, her cry is shocking. You can't even function watching that. And Denzel's man trying to stand there, take the pain cry is just like, damn. But Color Purple has a few cries in it too. But I'm going to tell you, watch Sly in Rocky 3. I know it sounds hack. Crying because Mickey dies.
Yeah. Could you get that clip?
Not.
I think we have that clip.
Hacky at all. Did he just go, hey, Mickey?
Please go to Melanie in Ohio. Please go to Melanie in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
I knew this was going to come in. Melanie.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
What's the best cry in the movies that you've seen?
I'd have to say the best cry in a TV show would have to be Bob Kelly in Torgasm.
Should have kept it at movies. Did you not understand what made that so beautiful?
Have a good day, guys.
All right. It's still good.
It's still funny.
Let's go to Space Trucker. Space.
Good morning.
What are you hauling today, Space?
I got 10 pieces of paper, 45,000 pounds.
Jeez. All right.
Hey, somebody's got to read a newspaper.
I hear you.
Okay, this is old school, but a very young Glenn Close in The Big Chill.
I didn't see that. And I didn't see Terms of Endearment either. I don't know how sad that stuff is.
Well, the Glenn Close thing, was that the rape shower?
No, it's her friend has died, but she's had an affair with him before he died. That's a really good movie with a lot of actors just getting started.
No, but didn't she cry in the shower?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was a good one.
Here's a weird one for anyone that saw it. It's one of my favorite movies, too. It's a New Zealand movie called Once Were Warriors. It actually did very well here.
Wow.
Rena Owen, the mother,
when
crying
the kid,
in that. Yeah.
After the kid hung us.
The mother crying.
Great cry, but it's one of those things where it's just that's too boutique to actually put in there because it's so no one's seen it. Well, people saw it, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
That cry with seeing her daughter, because she had a real trying to catch her breath cry. That was a good cry. Good cry. Yes.
Horrendous.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd say, man, I can't, man, First Blood. The first Blood, as he's sitting there talking about being a Vietnam, I bet you he did Vietnam guys proud in that movie.
Hell yeah.
Even though he's become almost a character, but that whole came on, that it was like Sly. Am I crazy?
Is it gay to ask now, like, the best cries? Is it gay to ask now, like, is it too radio bitish, like, the best cry you've had in a movie? Because I can't stop crying during movies now. I'm turning into my aunt.
You're actually crying? You're letting go?
Dude, I've always cried at movies. But I cry at any type of a sad movie now. I'm finished.
With people?
Anything. I couldn't watch Charlotte's Web recently. I had to turn Charlotte's Web off. Dude, I turned...
Are you taking estrogen?
No.
You drink soy milk?
No.
Are you drinking soy milk?
He loves
Wait a minute.
soy.
You drinking soy milk?
He loves the soy.
Stop drinking soy milk.
No, I have like one...
Listen to me.
No.
Estrogen is in soy. Men should not drink soy milk. You're becoming a girl.
No. I'm not.
I'm telling you.
Look, he's ready to cry now, Patrice.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No, I'm just becoming a human.
I'm telling you. I need to start to smell fishy.
we should have a crying contest right now. See who could cry.
I can't cry. I won't even let
anyone
myself.
here could cry on cue?
I don't think I could.
I don't think anyone could do that. That's a special talent. Hey, there's some mothers coming in. Any of these you want to go to? Heath Ledger and A Knight's Tale.
He doesn't cry on that. Oh, I thought it a Dark Knight. Okay.
All right, we'll blow that. John Turturro and Miller's Crossing.
What?
I don't remember.
He begs. He doesn't cry.
Hey,
I know what
Chris.
you're talking about. He begs.
Is he begging or crying, Chris?
He's not.
He's begging and he's sobbing. You got to put it.
He's begging for his life, but you can't.
Because there's snot and spit flying out of his nose. He's crying though too.
Dude, that's a great scene. Find it in your heart not to kill me. He's very good, but to say that's a begging for your life cry, please.
Yeah, you got me.
Wait, Jimmy's trying to cry.
Jimmy's trying to cry.
You're getting close. Look at your eyes.
No, that's just mucus.
No, he's getting. Jimmy can
wet.
do it.
Yeah, not good.
Jimmy is almost crying.
It's not. I stopped it, but yeah, it is.
No, you got to get a tear from
Jim. How do you cry at these? What? So okay, give me something sad. Did you watch I Am Legend?
My eyes burning now. I did, but I don't remember. I did. I think I cried during.
Are you an animal guy?
Yes, but the dog scene didn't do it for me.
The dog scene didn't.
Nah,
have you seen Old Yeller? I've never seen Old Yeller.
I have, yeah, but I don't remember it. Obviously, that was a sad movie. Cuckoo's Nest makes me cry when the end of Cuckoo's Nest.
When he gets a lobotomy.
Yeah, when you realize.
No, when Chief kills him.
Yeah.
And then when you see them after and you realize how much he helped them, that to me is really sad.
When he kills who?
When Will Sampson kills Nicholson.
Yeah.
Oh, you cried at that when he put over with the pillow.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It's awful.
With his feet, like,
It's awful.
shaking, and, oh, yeah.
Awful.
Jimmy's got, let it be known, because it's radio, Jimmy's got a lot of moisture in his eyes.
Yeah, I could have.
He's ready to roll a tear down
I can go pretty quick with that, but I actually stopped it just because,
Why, man? You might got some. You might have Hollywood directors out there.
Oh, soy milk Norton.
Dude, but it was so bad watching this movie that I could feel it coming too.
Which movie?
The Ricky Gervais movie.
Ghost Town.
I can cry, like, now it's easy for me because I actually slept last night, but when I don't sleep, and I'm like on no sleep, and I'm emotional, and I'm a mess because your head's all over the place. Mm-hmm. So I can't like do anything sad. In the
Mood
morning.
swings, like you're on your period or something.
No, not that. My body is changing. I feel fat.
Keep going there, bloated. Go ahead, finish your story. Menopause.
No, I am. I just like on a plane. I'll fly first thing in the morning, whatever, and I won't sleep a lot of times. Mm-hmm. So I had to stop it. My tears were so uncontrollable. I had to stop it, and then I watched again on the way home. I fast forwarded through the monitor to just get the last part, and I still cried again.
Oh
and the old lady next to me. I could see her watching and doing the I'm on the plane eye dab,
right?
Like where you brush the side of your cheeks because we're all wearing sunglasses on the plane. You brush the cheeks. It's awful.
Which sometimes is confused with the tired, watery eye thing.
Yeah.
So,
I've actually done that with...
Passion of Christ made me emotional. It made me emotional enough to actually believe in religion. I actually put Jesus up there as a... Because I wasn't into the Holy Ghost and the Jesus is the Father, the Son, and all. I just didn't get into that.
Yeah.
But the fact that he took that beating he took for an hour and a half in a movie...
awful, yeah.
That represented 5 weeks or whatever it did, that beating he took.
I actually stood up and said, we get it. He got tortured.
Dude.
We know.
Just emotional, crying, anything. I just stay away from anything that has to do with animals, and then I'll be fine. I know it.
Yeah, all right. Fredo and The Godfather, of course. Michael Clark Duncan
Wait, what
Green Mile.
What part, though?
Chris and Rochester, thanks for the call.
When
Doug in
Fredo
Boston.
cried, Papa, that wasn't that great of a cry.
Wait a minute, the cry? What cry?
Oh, we just lost. Fredo, buddy. He just went away. I thought I could get him.
Was it when he got killed in the movie? When Michael killed him? When he...
No, probably. I'm guessing... the only thing I can think of is when after Brando got shot, when he drops the gun and he's like, I don't remember. He's sitting
that
there
was
weeping.
pathetic. There's no way he could have been that.
He was an emotional wreck.
It had to be two. It had to be two.
Godfather. Michael Clark Duncan and Green Mile. Turner and Hooch. Paul in Wisconsin. Paul, what part of Turner and Hooch?
Yeah, I'm such a girl. I cried like a little baby when the dog died.
The dog died in Turner and Hooch?
Yeah, right at the end, and then it had like puppies with that other.
Oh, so you're an animal guy. How about Benji? You cried at Benji?
It just shows you.
Oh, I cried everything.
Okay.
He's just a crying. More soy milk. Just
stay away.
Stop drinking soy milk,
I'm
fella.
learning we got to stay away from the soy milk today. See, you learn something every day in the show. Funniest cry, Will Ferrell and Anchorman.
I never laugh at cries. Not because they bother me that they're making fun of it. It's just to me they're always so corny. Fake cries never make me laugh once.
Sean Penn and Mystic River. Mystic River was a much better book, by the way. Has to be said. I don't remember Sean Penn.
How about the Sam movie where he played the retarded kid? I never seen it.
I didn't see that one. I didn't want to deal with that crap.
How about Philadelphia?
Yeah, that was a good
Forrest Gump and Sadness.
They both made me cry. I mean, I hated to admit it.
Forrest Gump made you cry?
The first time I saw it, when he asked if his kid was retarded.
Hell yeah.
I dropped one.
Hell yeah.
Now, as you're sitting down to pee, could you see the television from the bathroom? Jesus, Jim.
I'm telling you, it's where my emotions have always come out in such weird places. Like, in movies have always...
And it's not a sex ploy. It's not something you learn to do.
I do it alone. My first big cry in the theater, I was ashamed of it, too, was when I was a kid, I went and saw The Champ in the theater with Ricky Schroeder. I saw that recently.
Was that Schroeder or
Ricky Schroeder?
Okay,
yeah, it was.
Jack Warden.
That was a rough one.
John Voight, and who was the woman?
That was a
Faye
rough
Dunaway?
one.
I cried recently when I saw that, too. You know, because I knew The Champ was about to kick the bucket. Oh,
that was
awful.
a rough one.
Okay, Weddy, let me ask you this, all it did was anger me, is Baby, with Hilary Swank. something baby?
Million Dollar Baby. I hated that.
Did that make you cry?
Not at all.
That just angered me.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
so. Boys Don't Cry made me cry a little bit. But
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Million Dollar Baby with her pathetic, the patheticness from the last hour of the movie.
They were trying way too hard to get you.
All right, good. I'm
Get you
glad
to
you
feel
said that,
something.
'cause
No,
it
I'm with you on that
did
one.
nothing for
I
it.
hated that movie. I really hated that movie. Hey, Patrice, this is the Stallone thing from Rocky 3. Come on, it's funny. You gotta give it to him.
Wait a minute, you didn't finish though. That was
stop it for a second.
Dude, I'm telling you,
You gotta give it to him. That's a real cry
he is
happening.
crying, dude. You gotta see it.
That's a real man's cry right there.
Yeah.
Blubbering.
Yeah. Trying to talk through it. Just got chill right there. A little chill.
The away from the microphone sounding cry is good.
Dude! Dude, it's because it's Stallone that you gotta laugh when you. But his crying when Mickey dies is up there in an all-time cry scene.
All right, we're going to take a break. We can continue with this because the phone's just lit. Mel Gibson and Ransom, Adam Sandler and Reign Over Me, Russell Crowe and Gladiator.
Ransom!
Ransom was a good movie, man.
And Russell Crowe and his kids and his wife is burned up.
That crap, yeah, that
Dude.
bothered me. Sean Penn and I Am Sam coming in again. Tippy Tom crying at Sophie's Choice. We might have to squeeze that bit in today sometime. That is hilarious. You know Tippy Tom.
When I was doing Sophie's Choice on Google,
Yeah.
I saw Tippy Tom cries at Sophie's Choice. I didn't click it because I didn't know what it was.
Go home and it is hilarious. Can we link that today? Our homeless friend watching Sophie's Choice crying his eye.
We were just egging him on too. We were egging him on. I'm like, Tom, what do they do? We just kept.
Do yourself a favor if you're in front of a computer. I don't know how you find it. Maybe Sophie's Choice / Tippy Tom or something like that. You'll get to it. You're savvy enough, but it's worth a peek, man. It's funny.
And
it's sad and funny at the same time. Yes, Jimmy.
So we're going to break now?
Yeah.
All right, just real quick for Patrice. I forgot to do this before. Comics Comedy Club. Patrice will be there. It's on 14th Street, December 26th and 27th.
Nice.
8 and 10:30 shows. Holiday week. Everybody is off. So 212-524-2500. That's Comics here in New York City.
I saw Patrice at Comics last time you were there, and man, did you own that place.
I love comics.
You own that place.
Big fan of comics.
It's actually a nice club. It's like it seats more people than you think it does because
Very intimate.
It's got like almost like a half of a almost like a half of a circle seating. It feels like it's really
you
great.
were like a pimp. You own. I can't even. I'm trying to give you accolades here. It's like you own that joint. You were like I don't know what to say. You were a rock star.
White people can't say pimp without it sounding like the devil.
I know. I mean that in a loving way.
I know you do.
I mean that in a loving way.
I know you do. I know
These people were freaking out that you were there. They all waited around to get their pictures with you. You look like a pimp. How you dressing now?
Well, thank you.
It's
just
dressed
own
on the
that
eye, by
joint.
the way. That's why black people say pimp better. Because white people say it like pimp. And we say it imp. And black people like pimp. Pimp. They add like an pimp. That's also how Stallone stops when he's doing Shakespeare. Retard.
Show's flying by today. I don't know if we have time to go back to the crying bit. Too much going on today. 877-212-018. We could clear the phones and maybe get back to the crying thing. But you got Bush getting a shoe thrown at him. We haven't talked about that yet. That was pretty cool. He looked like he was enjoying himself. I've seen the video easily 100 times. Watch it again, and you kind of see the smile on Bush's face, like, "Hey, this is kind of fun."
He's a crazy dude, man.
Do you think he's crazy?
I bet he does. I bet you he fist fight somebody.
And they had That was breaking news over the weekend. Breaking effing news that someone threw a shoe at him, and that's like the ultimate insult in the in the Middle East. Or something?
Whatever. That, or maybe talking to your wife as an equal. Who knows what they do over there? It's just nonsense. Scumbag reporter.
I'm like, it's just a shoe. He goes, and someone goes, no, you don't understand. This is the ultimate insult you could do to a person is throw your shoes at him.
Remember when the Hussein statue went down and all those guys were lining up to
that's right. They were.
Their shoes.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Huge insult.
They all lost their shoes. That's smart. I want to open a shoe store in Iraq.
There's a certain kind of logic you have to have in life before people respect you. You have to. I think Americans and English people. What are the countries where you go? Canada, where the way people are. Even though it's starting to, the whole political correctness thing where people are starting to just tell you what to think and how to feel and all that. Other than that, though, the behavior is basically logical. Logical. If somebody threw a shoe at you, you'll be angry only because he threw a shoe.
Right.
But over there, it's a statement of horror.
It means
really?
a lot more than that.
Your daughter is a goat.
Yeah, really?
And a big boo to Newsday. They had the worst headline. Everyone's trying to work the headline for this Bush story. Their headline is "No lame duck."
Oh, duck.
Bush eludes shoes heaved at him by an Iraqi newsman. So what was the deal with this? Obviously, he was...
Oh, my God. This one, the Daily News is the
even
worst.
Better?
Oh, my God. Suicide attack.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious, Jim. Jim, say that one more time.
Suicide attack.
That's hilarious.
It's the word SHOE-aside.
It's so corny. It's hilarious, though.
You like that one?
Oh, it's hilarious. Suicide.
I hate these, witty little headlines they do. A lame duck joke. But Bush was already put his hands on the podium he was like, yeah, this is cool.
Oh, he just knows it doesn't
Who else
matter.
wants to throw shoes?
It's like we need little puns and wordplay, and what are we doing? Like on the back, the big bruise instead of big blue.
Yeah.
Big bruise for the Giants. How stupid are we? We need little word games in the media.
Well,
here we go with the Jets in the back of the post. Potluck.
Well, because he was, he was called with pot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then his return, he could help Jeff smoke bills.
Yeah, because he likes pot. Do you get it?
So many word
All right, ready?
puns.
Yeah.
If they threw... If he threw a can at Bush, what would the headline be?
Well, if he would have missed, it probably would have been no can do.
How about Afghanistan?
All right, let's go with the bit for a while. Let's go with the bit for a while. If you got one, give us a call. You know what, though? As lame as that is, they would go with that in a second. The papers would go with that in a second.
I'm just trying to think of if something happened over there.
Yeah.
What the headlines would be if that is.
Oh, that's funny. With the Bush thing, the Secret Service guys behind the door there, if you've seen the video, and they just kind of come out very, almost nonchalant. They're not rushing like it's the. And Bush's people come through the door all right, that's it. Where is this? Oops.
Well, they know
where's this a-hole?
They know there are no guns there because of they're screened pretty heavily going in.
Yeah.
The media, so they know that there's probably no guns. But boy, they tackled this bastard quickly.
Look at Bush's face though. One last time, watch. Ooh.
Yeah.
Now,
holy mother of God!
That guy just missed his head, and Bush really.
What's gonna happen?
So would he been some type of martyr?
If he will be a hero,
if the shoe hit him,
even that he's a hero in the Islamic world forever because he threw it.
Right.
They know he tried to hit him.
Yeah,
he's beheading free.
I'll tell you what happens to that dude
guy
had
now?
a great arm.
Yes, he did.
I mean, he stoned a wife or two.
He doesn't have a great arm. He was 12 feet away.
Yeah, but he really Bush is so quick. He had that right at Bush's face.
The second one, he barely ducked. He knew exactly.
If Bush caught the shoe and chewed it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Just he caught it and just chewed the heel.
Or if he grabbed it with his foot and ran it back like a dog and gave it to the guy. What would that have said about the U.S.?
How do you take your shoes off knowing that this is a big thing over there?
Dude,
you got to all right.
Oh, can you imagine? Listen to what you just said. First of all,
I'm serious, though.
Wait a minute.
In America, you could take no one's going to think
he's
twice.
He's sitting there, right?
Yeah.
He's sitting there the whole time. He's planning his shoe attack.
Yeah.
Days in advance.
Yes.
So he's done that. He's been planning it.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, right, with his loafer or whatever he had, and he's just he's looking around,
Like, all
and
right,
he's trying
it's
to
go time.
He's trying to slowly
Yeah,
act like
that's what I mean.
he's getting his shoe off.
Because I think even if you made a motion for your foot in that situation, everyone's like, "Oh no, the shoe thing."
No,
not
'cause
good.
you're a reporter there. They're all media. So he probably did, like, you take your shoes off, you just take them off without, you touch it, like, with your feet.
With
So
your feet in the back of the heel.
Yeah.
He's sliding the shoe
So he
off.
probably took them both off, but he was dumb. He threw one, then ducked and picked it up and threw the other one. He should have picked them both up
he
and
was
thrown.
fast.
He was a quick little
He
bastard.
had it
Quick.
planned.
All right, let's go to the phones here. Tom in Chicago. What's up, Tom?
Looked like a case of shoe-jitsu.
Let's go to Anthony in Ohio. Anthony.
Can shoe believe it?
Yes,
Surprised that wasn't
What up, Anthony?
Yes, shoe fly shoe.
Shoe fly shoe? All right. Well, let's go to Sonny Farrelly.
Or
in
no,
Boston.
don't shoot, but you spell it SHOE-T.
There it is. Sonny.
Hey, if Dick Cheney was there, would he be considered to be a shoe-in?
Wow. Wait,
A shoe in, like, for the seat afterwards, I guess.
Goddamn comedy.
You're a real heel.
You're a heel. You are a
Hey.
heel.
I was trying. Here's some quick audio.
The agreement lays out a framework for the
This is the raw
withdrawal of
audio.
American forces in Iraq, a withdrawal that is possible because of the success of the surge.
جنوده وجنود الولايات المتحدة والمدنيين فإننا نقترب كثيرا من هذه النهاية.
شكرا جزيلا.
Wow, you know what? Hearing the audio, did anyone else think that he was ducking in the beginning of this? And just kept going? Listen to this.
The agreement lays
Listen
out
for
a
the duck.
framework for the withdrawal of American forces in Iraq, a withdrawal that is possible.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Possible. I thought, wow, he's smooth. He's continuing. But that wasn't the moment when the shoe went flying.
Yeah, and he missed. What a nerd.
He should have hit him. Not because I want the
Not
president.
glad he didn't. I don't want them.
No.
having that
Not
You know
not
what?
that.
That's amazing, man.
Hold on, because I could probably get a visit today. What I'm trying to say is the guy was 10 to 12 feet away. He probably should have hit him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see the president, hit by a shoe by one of these savages.
Dude, that is amazing video right there.
Yeah.
It's really violent.
Yeah.
that dude was violent.
But how unflappable does Bush look? Anyone that thinks that Bush is not...
Wow.
He just ducks.
Wow.
He's
And he doesn't bat an eye.
Let's go to Chris in
didn't move.
Jersey. Chris.
Wow.
Hey, it was a sneaker attack.
It was a sneaker attack. Damn it, I wish I had thought of that one. That's a good one. It was a sneaker attack.
Let's go to Fletch in Jersey. Fletch.
Hey, good morning, guys. Listen, if he had been hit in the head, he could have been listed as the sole survivor.
The Soul Survivor.
The Soul Survivor.
That's not bad.
So LE.
Wow. All right. We're looking for other ones like Patrice, though, if it was something else that was thrown.
Wow.
What was it again? Afghanistan?
Afghan, if they throw a can. The Taliban.
Or if it was a rock, they would have said, I rock ye.
I rock you. Oh, my God.
So dumb.
It's just awful.
Hey, a lot of we'll go back to the phones in a second because they're coming up with their little headlines. But a lot of people getting fired, as we all know.
Yes.
And you got to borrow a line from Chris Rock, with this CEO getting killed.
What was his line?
I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I understand.
This guy...
What's the whole line, the Chris Rock line about
I don't
OJ?
condone it, but I understand it.
You kind of understand in a weird way, right? I don't know the whole story here, but...
Well, it was a Christmas party.
Yep.
This guy had gotten fired right before Christmas. It's amazing. And I have such a disgust for business people with the way they're handling this economy, how they all want to be bailed out, the companies all want to be bailed out.
I haven't heard the word bailout this much in my entire
But they just want to
life.
keep sticking it in people's mouths. It's like they really are. It's cliche to go, a lot of these guys and businessmen are real scumbags, but they really are. They're like true
New York trains,
scumbags.
the transit system, New York transit system. We're gonna lay people off, fire people if we don't get a bailout.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody bailing. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's everyone is definitely sick of hearing it.
Amazing.
But what I'm saying is these companies want you to take care of them and to protect them, and they don't like the Bank of America. Didn't they get they wanted some kind of protection, but then they didn't want to help these people who were losing their home, whatever it was, these union workers?
Yeah.
They're just scumbags.
They're going to lay off 30,000 people. Here's the big problem with me, though, in terms of that. Your job, most of those people are going to get fired. Their job is to, on behalf of the higher echelon of Bank of America, is to tell me something bad. It's just to inform me that they're going to destroy my life in some strange way. It's hard for me to look at that and go, I feel bad for you. I feel terrible. It's really difficult because a lot of those people are customer service people who are awful to you. They don't help you. All they are and all they do is read policy. And the only thing they really do is read what the bank says. We're going to F you. And if they don't think that the bank is going to F them now they're seeing it. 30,000 jobs is Bank of America. 30,000 people are going to be losing their jobs. 30,000.
But the people
every week we get a number like that from another company.
The people who have made the mess, a lot of these businessmen, these guys, like these higher upper echelon bosses who are responsible for it, very rarely will fire themselves. And this guy, I'm surprised it has happened more. This one guy, he shot the CEO at a Christmas party and killed him. It was
and you hate to think about the family of this guy, but in terms of, like I said, it's just like the whole cop thing. You meet a cop, you go, wow. You meet cops, you know them as people. But ultimately, when you hear a cop gets killed, you don't feel bad because of the whole moniker of being a cop. So the idea of a dirty, rotten CEO is almost, some kind of justice, but the dude is a person with a family and all that. But the idea of what a CEO is, the image of it, that's what you're like, oh, God, it should happen every, kill a GMC dude. You know what I'm saying?
A Vancouver man who was fired just a day before a shooting at a company Christmas party has now been charged with first-degree murder. The victim has also been identified as the suspect's former boss.
I got to tell you, man, I mean, wow, a day before the Christmas party, that's what I don't understand about these corporate guys. It's like,
and he's 61, this guy.
How about you let the guy get through Christmas and do it on the 28th?
Or January.
If you need to do it, they would argue that they need to do it before the New Year.
Can you imagine
the day before the Christmas party? Everyone's all happy around the office, like
and that guy was a statistic. This guy who did the killing, a statistic. And ultimately, if you talk about the death of the CEO with anything except for a little bit of compassion, thinking about his wife and kids, how can you do that when he made this guy a statistic, a person, he just made him a not person? So how can you make this CEO anything but a CEO, whoever the guy is?
You can't advocate killing people, but I got to say, it's like the problem with a lot of guys. Like there's this guy who stole $50 billion.
We'll get into that after the break.
This guy here in New York, Madoff. The problem is that guys who ruin people's lives have a penalty of going to white-collar jails. It's like there is no,
and they keep the money.
There's no death penalty for these guys.
Nope.
But if stuff like that, if people realize, wow, if I ruin X amount of lives, somebody may actually put a bullet in my head for it, like they would if I was actually out robbing them with a gun.
And you know what? These countries that I was saying they're not logical with the shoe throwing countries, they kill white collar criminals over there. I forgot what country it was, but they killed the CEO for doing that type of stuff.
In India, they did that. They beat him to death. I don't know if that was the same thing.
No, not that guy. I'm talking about the sentence for some dude was to just kill him.
Let's get to the rest of this.
Former boss. Police allege 61-year-old Eric Allen Kirkpatrick walked into the company party Friday night and opened fire. Wow. The man shot was Benjamin David Banky. He was the CEO of Tallgrass Distributors, a natural health food supplier.
Such an unimaginable scene, something that would be so shocking. You just, who here can imagine being at your Christmas party, your staff Christmas party, a time of joy, looking forward to the Christmas season. Suddenly this man comes in with a firearm and kills someone right in front of you.
At least a dozen people ran out of the party and escaped unharmed. Police surrounded the building and after a couple of hours persuaded the suspect to surrender.
Hey, look, it's bad, but you know what? I don't know what this guy might have just been a bad employee.
Yeah, I want to know why he got fired.
I don't know if he was just like a guy who was a bum and had to be fired anyway.
Yeah.
But the fact
he
that
was 61.
Well, I
Now,
mean-
what kind of bum could a 61-year-old
He,
working
dude, he may
man
have
be?
gotten caught stealing, or who knows what happened. But if it
Try
was
to
just
find out more.
if it was just one of these things.
Did he say to him before, nice suit? I hate to ruin it. Nice suit. I hate to ruin it. Now, what's the combination?
Yeah.
It was Nakatomi. Is that who he killed? Was Nakatomi.
You know how bad it's getting?
Oh,
we do have to take a break. We can continue with this. We got to talk about the guy that
Bernie Magdal, I think his name was.
the Mets might go out of business because of that. Or we'll explain it. I don't think so, but they were all over that in the papers on Saturday. There's been in radio. I think if you're a regular listener to the show, we've been keeping you well informed of all the firings that are going on around here. Not only at this radio station, but throughout the whole company, right? And I guess it's come to my attention, E-Rock was telling me, that the woman, they had one woman, what do they call her? Well, they had a name for
yes, it's
the Grim Reaper. They were calling her the Grim Reaper. And she was doing all the firing for the stations here in New York. She was going from station to station, and word got out, if you see this woman, she's there to fire people. And so they were going, oh, the Grim Reaper's here, the Grim Reaper. Make a long story short, this is how bad it's getting in radio. That woman just got fired. The woman that's been firing everybody just got fired.
How awkward must that conversation with herself must have been?
You ass. Suicide.
I have to let me go.
I'm taking my shoe off right now.
I'll just throw it right at Norris.
Right at his head.
Suicide.
Who fires the fire?
Who are these people?
Why do people fire people?
But the woman that fired everybody just got fired. That's how scary this radio thing is.
That might mean that the bleeding is stopping, though. That might be like.
Can you
look at you with the half full thing,
dude? That is beautiful. That is
good.
What?
No, what you was. It just is so emotional that. It's the people who are willing to do that. When you say this woman who is willing to be that person, it's so wonderful that she got fired. I don't know who this person is, but Miss, if you're listening, it's wonderful that you got fired. You know why? Because you took that job under the idea, right, that she's feeding her family. And what about my family? I'm just doing my job. Well, don't do that as a job. Look at you. You have nowhere to turn. You're the Grim Reaper. Now you're dead. Enjoy yourself.
You know why I don't fault her? Just because it's like most people in that job. I don't know what her job title was. It might have just been regional something. And technically, your job is to fire people, but it never happens like that. Right. And only in this time, like you got to go get A, B, C, and D. And she was like, ugh.
No, she was proud to do it. She went up in there. It was pride. She walked up in with pride. Trust me, Norton.
It's a power trip.
It wasn't. I'm sorry.
She loved the power that they gave her.
Exactly.
I'm with Patrice on this one.
Stop, Jimmy.
I'm so with Patrice.
And happy to fire people.
Possibly.
Happy to fire. Cut off heads.
And there's a new Adam Sandler movie coming out.
And it's Christmassy. No. Click. You see Click?
No, was that with the remote thing?
Actually, what you call made me laugh, though.
What?
When he played the foreigner.
The foreigner.
What's the one when he played the foreigner? Come on.
What?
Zohan made me laugh, man.
Really? I see that advertising on demand.
Zohan
all right, I'll
made
take a
me
peek.
laugh,
I'll take a peek.
Don't ever speak to me again.
What did you say?
Don't ever speak to me again.
What did you just say to what was your just you?
Yeah, you had a.
What did you just say? Suicide. Not suicide. The one that was suicide.
Zohan's good.
How the girl fired herself?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was a trade-off. I get to say Zohan was good.
She probably went, "You're fired," and then she probably jumped into the other seat and went, "What did I do wrong?" And then she jumped back in the other seat. You know what I did wrong?
I kind of like it.
I know what I did.
I'll make this into a one-person show.
I kind of like it a little bit now. Zohan's good, though.
Zohan.
All right.
There's some things that it's so absurd it makes you laugh.
All right, I'm going to take a look.
Forces you to laugh.
I'm trying to find Step Brothers. They haven't thrown that on demand yet.
I saw a scene out of Step Brothers when I did my. Oh, we got to take a break. All right, Mike said we got to do a break. I will say it stunk. All right, should we talk about this when we get back? I guess the scene I saw stunk. Boys being boys. Tee-hee. Yuck. Enough with corny white guys. Enough.
Thank you.
Every day it's a different lineup on this radio show. Today it's Opie, it's Jim Norton, and it's Patrice O'Neal. And Jimmy's got a big gig at Atlantic City.
Yeah, it's January 16th, 17th. One of the shows is sold out at the Borgata. One still has a few tickets left. TheBorgata.com.
Opie, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neal. Where's the big gig, Patrice? Comics?
Yeah, I'm at Comics, man.
Right after Christmas?
Yeah, he's 26, 27.
26, 27. Patrice has got 2 shows, 8, 10:30 each night. It's here on 14th Street. It's a great club. It's 212-524-2500. There's a lot of people that go to these shows because it's the holiday week.
Oh, yeah.
So call in advance for tickets.
It's going to be a good show. Got to talk about how the wonderful world. I'm going to talk about It's a Wonderful Life. I'm going to talk about Santa. I'm going to talk about a lot of things.
You have a Christmas set?
Oh, man.
You got a
so
Christmas
everybody
set?
Be happy. Nostradamus.
Nice.
We're going to talk about that.
I like that.
Now, this
the comic show is like Jimmy was pretty much hinting that they're going to sell out. So if you want to see Patrice, I'd get on the horn and get your tickets immediately.
These CEOs, these white collar.
You're really steamed about this, man.
This
wants to.
This is more than
I have to be careful how I say this on the air. All I'm going to say is this: this guy Bernie Madoff.
He's not. He's more than a CEO.
He's a Wall. He was the head of the Nasdaq at one point.
He's a
genius.
massive investor.
$50 billion. But it was like people like this couple here.
Can you explain for the rest of the country?
It was some type of I don't know how he did it, Mike. You know, he was a big.
And did he need to?
No.
Did he need to?
He set up a fund back in 1960, and he started setting up fake trades where he would tell people they were making money each month, but he never sent them the actual paper trades. He created fake
since 1960.
Yeah, since 1960.
This is how he's been existing.
Slowly been doing this.
And he said that he would never tell clients. He said, "I'll never tell you how I make your money," and they could not go online and look at their accounts. Right. They had to get paper printouts.
Well, F that.
Which was probably
that sounds a little crazy,
and
too,
the
though.
guy that was monitoring him, the accounting service, was way out of town in a small cubicle-sized office with only one guy monitoring the assets or the alleged assets of this $50 billion hedge fund.
Everybody wants to believe. And these investors wanted to believe.
And
like, why aren't you questioning any of this stuff?
He made it real exclusive. Every month you get a statement that says, oh, we're up 8%. Oh, we're up 9%. Oh, we're up 10%. And they'd say, well, I got a friend who wants in. Sorry, you can't get in. So they begged. People begged to give him money.
And it comes out. It comes out over the weekend. What he took $50 billion from these people.
This guy
is there.
There's one family here. Sorry, Mike, to interrupt you. There's one family here.
We didn't get to why. Because I know your point of view, but I want to feel why he should be. Right now, I don't know if I feel as strongly. What did he do?
The money, he was like, say you and Opie, say I'm the investor. This is very, very, very rudimentary. I don't understand it too. Say like
that's the beauty of us, by the way.
You and Opie,
how we try to figure this out.
Because I want to be emotional like Jimmy is. But I
was on the floor once at Wall Street, so I feel like I know a little bit about Wall Street.
I'm Bernie, right? Mike, you tell me if I'm right. I'm Bernie.
All right,
now,
you're
Mike,
Bernie.
Patrice and Opie.
Who am I?
You're Opie. You guys all want to invest some money.
I want to be cooler than Opie.
All right, you're Chip. It's Mike, Patrice, and Chip. And
Thanks.
Chip's,
I get it.
Chip's Oral Servitude is a company, and say that we specialize in draining that area. That's their company motto. And so say Chip gives his money.
Chip's Oral.
Yeah, it's Oral Servitude.
Chip's Oral.
Yeah, it's a very big company here in Chelsea, New York. Now Chip says to me, here's $100. I want to invest it. And I say, Chip, I'm going to get you a big return on your money. And now let's just say Patrice has a company, and I don't know what I do with Chip's money, but Patrice invests his money, and I say I'm going to get you a big return on your money. Mm-hmm. Now I do something. This is what I don't know with both of your money. That's not good. But I use Chip's money to make it look like you, Patrice, got a big return, and I show Chip. I use your money to make him think he got a big return.
What I read about it is that ultimately the key of this guy's scam was that there's constant investors.
Yes,
which means this: investing. The great thing about investing, you have to wait many years to even decide that this is good or bad. And what he would do is new investors, he'd just take their money and pay off a 10-year one and go, hey, see what's happening here?
And it was very hard, by the way, for people to get their money, they said.
That's what it was.
How did he simplify like that?
People were not requesting their money because they figured, oh, it's still growing. And
he probably had a way of going, no, look, you want to hold us for at least another 5 years.
Well, you got a 401k as an investment, really. Yeah. And that's something that you don't have to deal with for 30, 40 years until you're 65.
But you can also look at it online and see the actual legitimate trades. This guy was sending out paper statements with falsified paper receipts for trades, and he was paying some people off. But this fall, when the market started really crumbling, people started demanding their money and reclaiming.
Which tells you rich people aren't any smarter
of course
than Joe Blow.
They don't even have to say that.
Dummies too.
They're just wait. I just want to say it sounds like he had an elaborate pyramid scheme. Basically,
That's what it's called. It's a pyramid scheme.
Wow. He just guys like this because they hurt the economy because they kill regular people too. He's not. It's like really easy to go. Who cares? He's ripping off a bunch of rich people. But it's like charities he ripped off.
Yep.
And people look.
My Mets.
One guy, Will Pine, got ripped off. $2 million. This guy worked his life. He started a magazine, sold his house, and everything, even the proceeds from the sale of the house 3 weeks ago is gone.
Yeah.
And the problem is, and I'm not going to say on the radio that I would ever I would never encourage people to do violent things to each other, but I will say this, that like when horrible things happen to a guy like this.
Yeah, you don't mind.
I am happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear it. And I think the problem is a lot of these guys don't suffer the consequences that they're just, like if I was running around with a gun and I was robbing people, and somebody grabbed me by my shirt and put a gun in my mouth and blew the back of my head out, I would have it coming because I'm a thief with a gun. The problem is a lot of guys don't have that coming because they're not thieves with guns.
Right.
So they don't have that fear. Not that you should be shot for every little white collar crime.
I think everyone's with you, Jimmy.
Well, violent crime, and trust me, I understand, because I said something about the cops earlier, which is like, once you know a policeman and you just know him, and you know him as a dude and not just as a CEO,
right?
Yes. The title, CEO, and again, I'm with you because we got to be careful in radio and stuff. But dude, to make it fair and to make it clear, that dude, if something like that happened to that dude, somebody just threw him off the top of a roof, how could you feel bad for him?
I couldn't. I could feel nothing but great.
How could you feel bad?
Now they can't. They can't do that.
I wouldn't even feel bad for his grandkids.
Like, how could you feel bad?
I wouldn't. Hey, Stump Brain, grab the mic again real fast because the paper was talking about how this could be big trouble for the Mets. I don't think so, but
Fred Wilpon had invested allegedly upwards of $300 million
with the guy.
$300 million,
and his investment firm as well. But they said apparently that's nothing compared to what he's got, or it's not going to.
Can you imagine $300 million is an oops?
But Major League Baseball has apparently asked for an accounting because they want to make sure the team is financially sound.
Okay, I think it's a non-story now that I think about it.
There's a pension fund in like Litchfield, Connecticut that's in danger because they lost.
That's where the government should step in. When people's pension funds have been messed with, an individual, that's where the government should step in and go, you know what? We have to give some money. Instead of these corporate scumbags who have caused the problems, people whose pension funds got raped, they should be taken care of.
You're right, Jim, and I would let Dodge Viper go. I'd let Dodge Vipers go. I'd let PT Cruisers go. Yeah. I would let I would let Jeep Liberties go for some old person to get their life savings.
Patrice, you know what? You come up with great bits. Cars we don't need.
I would
get rid of a few
that.
models, and I think that the big three would be okay.
I don't.
The PT Cruiser.
We don't need
worst idea ever.
We don't need it. We don't need to bail
What's some
out
of those other cars we hate?
We don't need to bail out these companies. You know what somebody said? I was listening to talk radio just about it and people talking.
Yeah.
Is like these car companies, and it's like, well, why don't we bail out other unimportant things that are outdated? Why don't we bail out the cassette tape companies, or the leisure suit companies, or the long cigarette filter companies, or the monocle eyeglass? Why not bail out every company who's outdated?
What about the 8-track company?
That's what I'm saying. Bail out.
To go under
these cars. I got into a limo, a car service. I didn't know what a hybrid was. I didn't care. I drive a big truck. It changes from electricity to gas.
The cabs in New York had that going on. I didn't
realize that.
Dude, the cabs in New York, they look like they're stalling when they come to a red light, and you're like, oh man, I'm never going to make it to my destination. So I asked the guy the first time I was in one of these, and he's like, no, it turns off. And it goes back on
into electricity. And I'm like, what is that? What a hybrid? I thought a hybrid was like just a special unit. It's a big thing.
Patrice,
why?
I'll tell you why, and I'm just a newbie to all this crap, but we can't take the hit in the economy. That's the problem.
What hit besides? Oh, listen. Besides the 100,000 namelessness people, like the 100,000 people, their families and stuff. How does that affect me? Again, I'm just asking. In this world, when people are concerned about them, how does it affect me?
It would just affect the economy too much. I don't know. I would have to do a little more research, but
it's the
that's
people
why
who make the parts. It's the people who make the seats.
Okay.
It's all that. We're talking almost 3 million jobs, which is probably 6 million people. Now you're going to throw maybe 3 million, 2 million people out of their homes,
and the anger people
and
are
then
going
those
to have
people
from you
aren't
saying this.
now. These people aren't on the street buying stuff. It's that's why we don't progress as a society as fast as we should. Because we probably should just let it fall by the wayside and see what is the next thing that.
But
happens.
it goes beyond that. It's not. I don't understand it completely, obviously, but it's because of all these things happening with the banks. A lot of regular people just can't go out and buy a new car. It's like regular people who are getting just effed.
Yeah,
that's what sickens me. And these other guys, they still jump out with $200 million parachutes. And guys like this vulture, like that's the problem.
Right.
It is guys like this vulture who have been just preying on people and robbing them blind. These are the guys that have to suffer.
But the fact that he gets to keep, even if it was legally keeping $50 billion, isn't that something about having $50 billion in your pocket? Ultimately,
yeah. Let's go to the phones because this will make Jimmy happy. Anthony, Rockland County. How are you, Anthony?
Hey, what's up, Opie? About a decade ago, Communist China hung 2 guys right in the square for embezzling or hacking $1 million right out of a bank into their bank account. That makes a statement right there, doesn't it?
It does, but stealing from a bank, it's like the thing with a guy like this. You can't just hang him. That will never happen in this country. But what they should do is they should stop putting these guys in prisons where they're not going to be brutalized. Like if a guy like this, if you threw a few guys like this in general population of Attica or of other places, and they were really brutalized, and people understood that there was going to be a very, very physical penalty for stealing from people like that.
Yeah,
they wouldn't do it as readily. They wouldn't do it as quickly.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to do a little mopping up next. We still got to, SNL made it funny. We should mention that after the break.
Yep.
Made it funny, and now there's a lot of outrage. It's on page 3, page 4 of the papers today. They might be in a little trouble with the governor. And there was Sean Avery and Rudolph. They don't want Rudolph being sung at schools. Of course not.
Why would you?
We'll explain a little bit. Opie and Anthony. Without Anthony today, Jimmy Big Gig, Atlantic City. What is that all about?
January 16th, 17th, the Borgata. One night sold out. One night's got tickets.
And not to confuse the issue, and then you got Patrice at Comics right after Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Of December.
This has been a lot of fun today, Patrice. Patrice O'Neal in studio. David in Arizona wants to explain to you how lost jobs affect him personally. It's not just people losing their jobs. It makes other people lose their jobs.
Listen, do me a big favor, man. I know this, right? Before you get into this,
so you do know this.
I don't want I understand one thing. Good is good if it's good for me, and that's how we all live. It really is about my problems, and I understand you have a problem. But what I want to know is, what is it as a people thing? I don't want to hear your problems. I want to hear people, because this economy thing is about people. We make the economy. We make the rules. We do this. What is it about what we doing that's effing us up? Not, hey, dude, I lost this because I work in a rubber factory and the guy who buys the rubber stuff from me lost. I want to know
that's
how this
America right
affects
there.
us.
What's our attitude that's making it happen?
I got an answer for you guys.
All right, go ahead, David.
All right. Now, what happens is all these guys start to lose their jobs. They flood the market with unemployed people. And what that does is it devalues employed people. So me as an employer, and I have 20 employees, I'm looking at a huge stack of applications of people who need jobs. They'll do anything for it. And I'm going to get better employees. I can pay them less money. I don't have to bend over backwards for the knuckleheads that I got. So that's how it affects the general public. How it affects you, Patrice, is that the people who don't get hired, they're the ones who are taking your truck and stripping off those stock wheels. That's how it affects you personally.
Wait a minute, though. Let me ask you a question.
Bringing the show full circle. I kind of agree with David.
But okay, I'm not disagreeing with you on this, but it's almost like, okay, cause and effect. It's like, are there any criminals who are criminals out of necessity? Or are they just criminals? They would be criminals if the economy was good, if the economy was bad. But how many people to be a criminal?
I would say out of necessity. We've been joking recently that because of the bad economy, you got some of these fast food workers, let's say, I just threw that out there, losing their jobs. Now, those same people that would have been, serving your burger, they're now hitting you over the head with something and taking your wallet.
I think most criminals.
I completely believe that.
Most criminals.
I agree with Opie, and everybody agrees with Opie. As soon as those people lose a job, they're coming after you. Now, the only thing that people really want to know, Patrice, is that we have 2 books of Jimmy's. When's yours coming out?
Yeah, I told you. Are you writing your book?
What am I doing?
Well, let's go.
I had to slow down. I had to take care of my stolen truck and my sarcastic stock wheel friend thing. I heard him. His attitude towards me, you small business jerk. I can't even finish. And his story was, this is Mr. Pain and Suffering. Ooh, basically, he disguises the most. He said, ooey, I get to fire the guys who work for me to hire a cheaper, better product.
It affects him in a good way.
Yeah.
But
that's what he was saying.
It's pain and suffering.
But I think it's safe to say that it affects a lot of people in a bad way. But every tragedy affects some people out there in a positive way.
But don't we run this thing? We made it up. Make up so we can be better. That's why we're retarded. But we made it up.
Yeah, well, the people that made it up have now screwed us. So what do you want from us?
Most people don't. Here's the thing: a lot of lack of knowledge about what happens with the money. Like, I don't know. I lost a piece of money. I'm very disgusted with it, but I stopped the bleeding.
Could have been worse.
I did not. Oh, it could have been a lot worse. I probably could have lost. I could have lost over half of what I had invested, but I didn't. I lost like 25%, but I stopped it. Like, a lot of people don't follow what their money is doing. They don't understand how it works. And anybody
like Anthony in Atlantic City.
He had no idea what he's doing.
Stop the bleeding, Anthony.
He'd actually be better off investing with this guy Bernie, who just got caught. But like, anybody can get caught in that one, because even people that don't.
And can I say to people, don't get me wrong, man. I don't have a dime. I'm saying to you, explain to me, because look, I'm diabetic, but we are a selfish country, and when I'm saying diabetes is not my most upset about disease. I'm not a diabetes guy because I have it. Mm-hmm. But that's how we live, is that if it affects me, that's when I care. Yeah. I'm saying in terms of how does it affect us as a people, not that I don't care about your issue, but listen, if I suffer too, I suffer, but please tell me, what can we do? The people, I'm saying, it's the people allowing this to happen, dude.
We the people?
I'm telling you, power to the people. But we just allow each other to just do bad things to each other.
So we the people went out the window. Now we're just a bunch of lemmings just sitting there waiting.
Police are getting laid off, Opie, right? They might in New York. Yeah. And people are scared that the crime will go up.
It certainly will.
But what I'm saying is, the police, it shouldn't be just a job. It's almost like the idea of police is protection. So if I'm not a cop as my job, does that mean that as a person, it's supposed to be an ethic behind it, or teachers, an ethic behind it? If it's not a job, then you're not going to teach somebody, or you're not going to help somebody if something bad has happened.
I'll tell you one of the things.
That's people thing.
No, but one of the things is this, though, being a cop, we also allow certain privileges to people that we entrust to protect us. Like, the big one is the ability to carry a gun and the ability to carry an authority, like with the badge. Yeah. Like, we give that privilege, so we don't give each other as citizens that privilege. So it's like, me as a regular guy.
Not supposed to, anyway.
No, but I'm saying, me as a regular guy with no gun, I have no power.
Right.
Like, I can't walk up to you guys and go, hey, stop fighting, or what am I going to do? Nothing.
But you're saying, where it says that stop fighting and it's your job, ultimately, still, there's supposed to be some sort of crusading idea that, you know what, this old lady's getting beat up, I'm going to be out of it because it's not my job. But if it was my job, the only reason I'm going to help this person get out of this situation is cause it's my job.
No, because I have what can protect me in order to help the situation. Most cops have guns, they have nightsticks, they have other police they can call. It is strength.
If you carried a gun,
it's strength.
Would you stop crimes?
No, because I don't have the authority of the government. I'd be thrown in jail for it.
No. Would you as a person, see what I'm saying? Would you as Jimmy saw something bad happen to somebody in the street, and if you had a gun,
yes.
would you stop
Absolutely.
that from happening?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
As a person.
You would assess the situation and how much danger you're really going to be in if you pull out the gun. But yeah, I think
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, because we got to go, and we could certainly continue on that subject for a while. But as comedians, because I'm not a comedian, the SNL skit.
Yep.
About Governor Patterson. Patterson, excuse me. What do you guys think? There's a lot of outrage now.
I didn't see it.
The governor himself is very mad. And in this article, it says, the governor of New York, for the people listening all over the place, is blind, legally blind. You can see a little bit, though.
Well, he actually wrote a very scathing letter on a tablecloth and attempted to mail it.
with an I overlapped the F.
Yeah. He had no idea. Fred Armisen plays him, Patterson. He also did Obama on SNL.
It's a very funny bit.
And he plays a blind governor, just like holding a chart upside down and walking onto camera on his cell phone, not knowing that he's walking in front of the camera.
They're in the middle of doing a skit and all that.
Good.
It's good. It's some
good. They should be doing.
And the reason he doesn't do that, by the way, is because there's people that say that are making sure he doesn't.
He's got to trust the people around him.
And the same reason he's mad is because those people told him to be mad.
Yeah. You didn't even see the skit.
You don't even know.
This is my problem with the whole thing. Governor Patterson says this: I can take a joke.
Okay.
I stop right there. No, you can't.
Well, yeah, you
can't take a joke.
Yeah.
Don't start with I could take a joke, but, and that's where he goes with this. I could take a joke, but only 37% of disabled people are working, and I'm afraid that that kind of third grade humor certainly adds to this atmosphere. Let's just say I don't think it helped. Yeah, but they're not trying to help people. They're just trying to make people laugh.
Yeah, how about exactly. Hey, Dumbbell, how about the fact you're governor? That kind of helps a lot more than them making fun of you hurts.
Exactly.
You got the biggest gig in the world.
But I think he said it was because the juvenile whatever was just was the whole bumping into something, three blind mice thing. But
that's what he didn't like. It was the fact that they made fun of you doing the most basic thing. I'm a blind idiot walking in front of everything.
And then he wanted to say that 37% of something, 37% of disabled people work.
Well, that's not bad, actually. Almost half cripples work. I mean, that's honestly not bad. Not bad. What percentage of them drive, though? Or throw baseballs for a living? Very small, I imagine. Or proofread.
Come on, man.
But as comedians,
we just got to stop.
As comedians, it's ridiculous, right?
That's what I'm saying. All of that, it's just everything is. There's some things that bother me personally, but everything is on
limits. I know where you're going. I completely agree.
Man.
There's things that we joke about on this show that affect me personally. I'm not going to be now we've gone too far. You just let it go.
Yeah, you stop being selfish.
Just let it go.
Everybody's selfish. This is the thing we have to do as a people, real quick. Is this admit that all you're concerned about is you?
Yeah.
Stop acting like this is about everybody and this. You're selfish, and all you care about is what affects you. That's when we'll go to the next level. Stop lying.
We've taken hundreds of calls from people that love this show until it affects them personally.
Yes.
Stop call up. It's
lying.
like, dude, that segment, not for you. Go somewhere else.
Yes. Stop your moral fiber and stop trying to make deals with God
but you know what?
On my expense.
This story will have legs, and SNL will not be doing it.
It won't have eyes, though.
And SNL will not be doing it.
Suicide! I love it, man.
And, SNL will not be doing any more blind humor. You watch. Just kind of like how this company folded and we can't do Asian humor. Because, Asians don't have a sense of humor, I guess. That's what I learned about
We got to head over to the other place. We got to head over.
Yeah,
We're running late here.
All right, here's the deal. In New York, it's spin the format, I believe. What format are they trying now there, Stunt Brain?
Oh, we got some rock. It's rock and roll.
What kind of rock?
Are they a little bit...
The last I looked, it was alternative rock. Now where are we at?
It's a little more classic.
Cool. Now we're trying classic rock?
Yeah, and it's 92 minutes of music right after us.
Actually, not right after us, like right now. They're gonna play a sweeper right into some song you've heard a million times. So check that out. We'll see you guys tomorrow.